it.
We're starting!
We are starting. Okay, so see you shortly and be right back. And I'm gonna end this Instagram thing and head over to YouTube ASAP. Bye! So I shared that one.
Yes. Okay, yes, we have video. Let's hope we have audio.
So camera.
We have both cameras, but yeah, camera set like where?
Further back. Way back.
Oh,
This is as far
Det
back
kan
as
være
we
at du må
go.
åpne boddøra og
also we
sette
should-
den inn I boden.
Det kan du gjøre. Did you hear that, Ingrid?
yeah.
But we need to turn around this.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to add.
Any more pizza? Oh, yeah. Try and get out.
Yes, more food.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a backstep in my back as Firil's up. Sorry.
Turn around.
Sånn.
Yeah.
Bright knives.
That's great.
Og hvis jeg tar testen at jeg setter meg nå her på hjørnet.
There we go.
Du har ingen plass å rulle på. Du får
Nope.
bruke den.
Han er ikke med.
Bruker den.
No, but I think we have audio. So
We do the usual trick, just start and then test the sound. Jesus Christ. Sorry. my eyes are like, it's getting closer.
So basically,
yeah, that's how far it goes for now. But this is going
Rick
to have to
sounds
turn
a
around.
little echo.
But that's because 2 mics were on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You are about just sitting here with your mic in your hands. and
There.
Rick,
Did the
you
coffee
need to
work?
put away this.
Yes.
put you away. God. Whatever I did was
Rick, please.
You know, I just don't ask for much in this life. I really don't.
You could ask for people to be on time
Be on time.
with streams.
I said we should start at 7. I was outvoted. I appreciated that. I didn't complain.
No, I agree.
I can get this shit from anyone, okay? People give me this shit all the time. I don't need this shit from you.
who's watching the chat tonight?
Ria and Ultrajam are in the chat at least.
You know that's
Yeah.
not what I meant. Who's
Oh.
watching the chat from
Rick.
us?
Oh, obviously. Well, Rick will have to.
Oh my god. More responsibility.
Oh, that's fine, because then you know where you'll be able to take a break and whatnot.
And whatnot.
And whatnot. It's the day of whatnots today.
She's the whatnot woman.
Yes.
Yeah,
Today I am.
I've heard of this urban myth.
Soda. Yes.
Soda, soda.
Soda ne.
Soda!
So good!
This is mine, probably.
Så I dag skal vi prate om våre nasjoner.
Oh God. Please make it stop.
You know we are live, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I will sit down so it'll be easier for you to adjust the camera. So hey, to anyone who's watching, thanks for watching. We've had a bit of a hassle getting online today.
We haven't, she has. She's been the one fixing it. We're just watching her kind of like tear apart her corner of the room. It's been pretty horrific. Are we going to be able to fit everyone in? Because
Barely.
I
Yeah.
think
Are
you
we
need to...
going to get
But
the
if
back of
Ole
his head?
scoots a little bit over there,
Yeah, it'll be fine.
that will
How you do?
work.
And I don't need a whole lot of space, so it's
Aww. Aww.
So,
She's pocket sized.
Boink.
okay, yeah, that
Boink.
helps a lot. Because then I can turn this.
We can borrow my Orchard one. This one.
Put that away.
For example.
It's heavy.
Yep.
yes.
Perfect.
We
Okay.
have everyone. Awesome. Just gonna
But
sit
will
down.
we get the back of his head in the camera? Because
Rick,
of the
can you
angle.
please sit
No.
down?
I would love to. Thank you.
So, um,
Yeah, it'll have to be like this.
I could actually, if I may.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ja, bare
How are you gonna get there past this?
We'll fix it.
There you go.
Rick moves and we get it.
If you could.
You gotta move more.
Bare kom hit, du
Can you
Ingrid.
just get up from your seat, please? So that I can go out?
Get out of my corner, damn it! This is my private space.
We can move this just a little
Ja,
bit
det var
further.
det jag tänkte.
Där nog. Där. Så.
So for anyone watching, the kitty came. So
Yeah,
we
if
can
We're not
move,
watching
we-
because Rick is in the way.
Rick is in the way.
I didn't realize I was allowed to move yet. I'm sorry. God damn it.
This is Percy, the silver Maine Coon boy.
Oh, strawberries.
Strawberry sucks.
Yeah.
It's like nope.
He's curious about what's going on, so he'll be probably in and out.
More?
So you guys decide which character should Percy. Maybe he is Chicken the cat.
Mm-hmm.
He
Could
kind
be.
of he kind of looks a bit like what Chicken I imagine Chicken in my head. Only
Well-
that Chicken is brown in my brain.
And bigger.
Yes, but he's definitely a Maine Coon.
I forget cats on Instagram.
På den andra pizzan.
Good. Whoop whoop.
All right.
I'm sorry, I
So-
just need to sit like this.
Yeah, it's okay. You can sit however you want to.
I'm just gonna do this before we actually start playing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean on your
So it's
expertise
done.
when it comes to rolling.
So well, we fixed it. We figured it out somehow.
Can you throw this on the bench or something?
Hopefully nothing will explode.
Yeah. So we're only like what, 20 minutes? Yeah, 20 minutes behind schedule. That's fine. We can survive that, I think.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot less.
It
We've
could
been
have
a lot less.
We have. We have.
Yes.
All right. So this is episode 29. Yes. Welcome to episode 29 of the Kestrels,
Jesus
the
Christ.
child of grief. ...
Which kind of feels like the process of setting this up.
Yeah. This has been the child of grief.
Yeah.
Yes.
This-
So Rick, you have to be extra good at telling everyone if they're in the frames or not.
Well,
Mm.
unfortunately, since the camera's there, Ola is pretty much behind my face.
Well, yeah, but we'll scoot a little eventually.
Better?
I do like how Firil is literally.
And I think if you move a little bit that way, that might help as well.
Very dangerous mix. Should we switch
Perfect.
places with someone else?
There you go.
Oh, sorry.
Less stuff on the table.
So, to explain, the reason why we've been gone for longer than we usually are, it's because real life happened, people had work emergencies and life emergencies, and so we basically just had to do it today. And because we had a cat, we had to move locations, and it's been an ordeal. But now we're here, finally, and we'll also do an episode next week.
On Friday.
On Friday next week.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, 2 episodes back to back. So that's cool.
I'm happy. I got pizza and I got coffee, and the coffee is damn effective.
Beyond that, I mean, it's already been announced on the Coscast, so I guess we can say it here too, is that Fateful Fumble will be going to Unicon Expo this year. We'll be doing a live show at the convention. So as soon as they release the official program with schedules and things, you can check that out and figure out where we are and come say hi and see us play. It'll be a D&D extravaganza with Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, things are gonna get dark for you people. What do you mean, you people? I
Isn't
mean,
it always dark?
no, but it's just
Sort
this is
of.
this is gonna get
Someone is
personal. We might have to release some stuff beforehand just to like tease.
And also the official Fateful Fumble t-shirt and hoodie and stuff is now available in our Teespring store at a reduced price.
It's a ridiculous price now.
Yes, it's pretty
We've
good.
gotten some.
She's already got one on the way.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm going to be reviewing most of the inventory in the store so that we can fix the prices. Since Teespring kind of relaunched their site and things, there are more options and stuff. So pretty much everything is going to be a lot more affordable in the future. So that's
Let's be honest, we're all poor.
yes,
So-
we all are. Yeah. So that's good news. And if maybe we'll be able to put up like a discount code eventually or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have to do a competition for the code.
Maybe.
You know?
The good.
Or maybe just share it to people who are part of the fan group on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You're not part of the fan group? What the hell not?
Alright, so I guess I'm just gonna hand the word over to you because I don't have any other announcements.
Have we gotten any feedback on sound?
Well, I believe that people are talking about it, but nothing yet.
Nothing on sound.
Cool.
Can we get a comment to describe the quality of the sound, please? Just
Yeah, I mean,
just to double check
Liana
before I
said,
start going off.
Liana said earlier that it was good, but you sounded a bit echoey, but that's because the laptop mic and this one was on at the same time, but I fixed it, so it should be okay.
So far, apparently, sound is good, and my t-shirt is very appropriate.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It was a gift from Sunniva.
Also,
Yes. Arterio spray.
yes, because I'm playing Thann today.
Hopefully there will be some of that.
Oh, I can smell pineapple.
Arterio.
Oh no. Right, so maybe start with a recap of last time.
So, what did you miss last time on Glee?
Pass down the line.
We're down the line. Last time we were back in Ostwick, and at the site where supposedly Keth apparently died. Apparently. There, they managed to stop a plot from the Red Templars to try and crack open an old dam, flooding a valley full of water. For what reason? Not known. Something to do with water and red lyrium. That's all you know. However, after not being able to find Keth's body, or any sign of him, the group not only stopped a gigantic stone titan after defeating Keth's brother, but they also bumped into Reed, who had brought with him not only 2 griffins, yep, you read right, griffins, long story, but also a very sobered up Leclerc. Now, one thing led to another. Says, end it right back there, Lutra. Arthur sends his love.
Yay!
One thing led to another, and the important information is this. I didn't expect this to happen, but Gagfar decided to follow Leclerc to Brandols End to rejoin with his group, leaving the rest of the new recruits in charge of rescuing the Lady Trevelyan. Well, let's get back to that. So in the meanwhile, we head back to Brandols End. It is the pitch of the morning. There are remaining birds in the forests up and around the the silent ruins of the Two Wolves Temple. The refugees have actually moved inside to get some cover from the rain, exposure during the night. And things are in higher spirits, although food is starting to slowly wither and run out. The signs of life down further in the valley have begun to become a bit more darker. Fires have sprung up.
So has the kitten.
And so has the kitten. Say hello, kitty. I'm actually watching a delay on here.
Yeah.
And we're going to start our adventure with you 3, Thann, Firil, and Valeth.
I just want to add one thing because I have a specialization, a talent that I never use.
Which is?
Contacts.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to state that I want to make the man running this place our contact so we can use him as an ally if we need it. And he will go out of his way to do as a,
It's a solid.
We have done him a favor by doing the temple thing.
Yeah, getting the shelter for the
So
refugees.
he owes us one now.
The person in question is Garrick Rosenstone.
Yes.
Funnily enough, an NPC supplied by Lutrajam.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, since I have master in contacts, they will go out of their way, even though it's dangerous. But it will not, nothing that will cost their lives. So I can't say, go kill yourself. I can't do that. But
You want to, though.
no,
Yeah.
I'm not evil.
Yeah, give it time. Garrick, I've got it written down here, Roro, as being Garrick. So there, it's in stone now. You can't change it. No takesy backsies. It's like Dragon Age 2. They made it. It's happened. Can't take it back. Mm-hmm.
I just there you go. Hey. I just edited the Kindle Cold, the Return to Kindle Cold, where you suddenly changed the name of Ingrid's character Mercutio to Marek. So we know it happens.
I'm just glad that no one mentioned Dyson.
Well, yeah.
He just wants to be part of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Perfect spot.
You're making some squee noises again, aren't you?
He's just like Mudfud. Just as we hit record, that's when he starts to,
He's gonna be the star of this episode.
Well, it's caught up on the thing. Sorry about that. We don't have a cat. It's just gonna lie there and roll dice.
I get stupid around cute things. So.
Your intelligence goes down.
He's guardian of the cable.
He's basically the cable guy.
Yeah,
Aww.
he is.
Oh, my Lord.
Percy the cable
my
guy.
Lord, you want more?
Or cable cat. Yes. Anyway, yeah. So we start with us three.
You guys have been given your own area, essentially left to your own devices, which is good because half the people you've noticed, which considering the refugees are made up of men, women, and children, are keeping their distance from you. The whole celebration about being allowed in has kind of ebbed off, and they're left with this sense of you guys being different from them. You walk into what was essentially a no-go area and come out covered in dust and blood. Problem solved. So you're both inspiring and at the same time terrifying to them. Mothers will grab their children and drag them away. The men will talk and then go hushed whenever you walk by. Generally, you're welcome, but you're also seen as like a bit of an unknown factor. No one knows how to deal with you. Are you in charge now? Doesn't seem to be the case. How have you guys felt since? Because it's been essentially, what, roughly one day? Overnight?
Just gonna...
If you don't know, by the way, we need to pause now and then for the sound so that the podcasting girls here can take it out afterwards. How have you guys been over the last 24 hours?
Well, I mean, if people have watched the background extra episode that we live streamed after Christmas,
Yes.
Firil and Valeth have sort of made amends and decided that they're not giving up until they're back with their friends, until they've beaten the Red Templars into dust. And Thann has become like an included part of the group, like he feels at home now. So I guess we're kind of just wanting to figure out where our efforts are best placed.
Yeah.
And also trying to ignore the fact that we don't know if Keth is dead or alive. Or that one's personal for me, though.
If you want, we can solve that right now. You just pick up a dice and roll it. We can say 4+ he's alive.
Oh no!
You're okay with the uncertainty then?
You know, I am the Wheaton of this group. I am not rolling for Keth's
It's very
destiny.
true. She even has right down to the bed hair.
Yes.
I'll tell you actually something. Something we do as a group. I would actually recommend you do this with groups that you're aware with. We tend to say good morning and then take a photograph of our morning faces. It's never pretty.
Nope.
But it's nice to know that we're not alone in looking unpretty in the morning. This is before makeup, before coffee, but before you got that the crispiness out of your eyes. And for some strange reason, it always looks like Anita sleeps upside down. So I'm not kidding. We've made an unspoken vow never to share these pictures. Maybe we should put them on the Patreon.
Maybe one day on the coffee, if people donate, you can see morning pictures. Ugly, horrible, embarrassing.
Batgirl Anita upside down.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm gorgeous in the morning. Too pretty for pictures.
Anyway, so in that case, as you guys rouse from the morning. Business is as usual. People are complaining about reducing food. Apparently, hunting game in the mountain area is getting harder and harder. A lot of the creatures are dying out because of the contamination from the lower forest areas, where the red lyrium in the soil seems to be moving. There is a growing group of voices calling for movement. It started as we need to move away from here, we need to find safety, to more voices of anger. We need to get revenge as well, especially amongst the scouts, the people who've seen conflict, or maybe they're just a bit more just too angry to be afraid. But as you're coming out to get the sun, the brighter sun of the morning air on your faces, you hear one such argument. Garrick Rosenstone, a man who seemingly owes you quite a lot, who's also given you a lot of distance, is having a lot of trouble keeping the status quo. Everything okay? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Why'd you say no then? He's got fighting men, he has. He has that thing, and he has that elf. We have a chance. There's one of the scouts that you recognised when you first joined the group.
I am assuming that thing refers to Thann, perhaps.
Perhaps. I think that's cruel. But it's understandable that you think that.
But yeah.
You actually notice that the scout is following Garrick on the street. Garrick seems to be holding a small chest in his left hand and a folder in his other. He's going away from his tent, which is one of the few tents that's left outside. You all three are together, I gather?
Yeah.
Yeah? Would you care to roll perception for a check?
Yes.
Seeing. Maybe smelling.
9 to 11, 15.
Do you not trust your GM to give you the right skills?
15.
15?
Yeah.
Do you remember those days when you were level 1 characters and you couldn't get over 11 in the morning?
14.
14?
13.
13. You just made up a number.
No.
Did you even bother rolling dice?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's pretty obvious, actually, that there are a lot more people here.
Okay.
Like, there have more people arrived at camp since we arrived?
There's a lot more tents, and they seem to be rather organised.
Military organized?
They seem to be lined pretty well, yeah.
Well, we'll just march up to Garrick, who's apparently walking somewhere, and what was his last name? Rosenstead?
Rosenstone, sorry.
Rosenstone.
As you're getting closer, though, you overhear him turn to the scout. He doesn't raise his voice. And it's good that you're getting close, because you get to hear what he says.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're asking, he states. Sees you, gives you a brief nod, and practically storms off in the opposite direction. He just wants to get away from the scout. The scout looks at you for a second, like he's about to say something, looks back at the tent where Rosenstone came from, and then basically, again, just runs off nervously.
Hey, you!
What? What do you think?
I just want to run after him and ask him what he meant.
Cool. Who do you shout at?
I say, hey, you, stop!
Rosenstone?
Well, I go after Rosenstone. She goes after the scout. Oh, yeah? Yeah.
So you both go after Rosenstone.
Master Rosenstone, wait a minute.
He stops in the more grassier area that has been trundled through by 100 feet, takes a definitive sigh, and turns to look at you wearing these half glasses with little crack in them.
Like half moon spectacles? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I've noticed that there has been quite a bit of unrest in the camp recently, and from what I overheard of this recent conversation, it seems like you're kind of sweeping it away. Do you have a plan for what's going to happen next with all of these people, and who are the people in the new tents?
Which of these questions would you like me to answer first?
The first question first, please.
I don't have a plan. I can't make animals, game, plants, edibles, or anything miraculously appear where the red stone has touched.
Well, no, of course not. It's red lyrium. It destroys everything it touches. But the point is that nothing will ever grow anywhere, and you won't be getting any supplies from anywhere unless we actually beat back the Red Templars.
He pinches the bridge of his nose, somewhat hard. It's almost as if he's heard this argument 100 times. I am going to do what I can do to make sure everyone stays fed. If you want to speak about violence and getting everyone killed, he points to the tent. Go talk to him.
I'm not talking about getting anyone killed. I'm talking about saving what is left of this miserable camp before it dies of thirst and hunger. Because that's what's going to happen. We're on an island. Resources are limited. You do realize. And if the red lyrium spreads, well, then there is no food or water for you to conjure, is there?
He looks at you two, almost like...
Thann is probably just standing there, like, looking at Firil, who's running after this other guy, looking at Valeth, who's arguing with that guy.
We're at the same guy.
Yeah, we're at the same guy.
Oh, okay. Then Thann is probably just standing behind them going, like...
She speaks for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for your ringing endorsement, guys.
Hi, my name is Commander Shepard, and this is this.
Is that what you want? Hi, my name is Thann Jabiz, and this is my favorite person on Brandols End.
This is my favorite person on all of Brandols End. Oh, God.
I'm sorry, my brain has short-circuited because of the cuteness.
Okay, so microphone, if you hear excessive purring, it is because the cat...
Nobody touch the cat.
No.
Nobody touch the cat.
is inside the microphone.
It's the heat. It's the heat from the fan.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You've got a new companion.
No, but maybe he works as a noise reduction for the computer. It's fine.
You're presuming that a cat is useful in any other way.
Of course.
Well, it is definitely useful to distract us.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah, how do you guys like it? Anyways, Garrick seems suddenly very small.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to you like a man who has been not sleeping and has been fighting every single day to maintain what is all around you, everyone keeping alive. He hands you the big pouch of notes. It's this leather wrap. There you go.
What's that?
It's yours.
But what is it?
Responsibility. Try
Fine.
and take it.
I can see you're wary. I'll take it.
You take it off him?
Yeah.
Cool. He doesn't even give you a second. He just turns around and walks away. He seems to be going in the direction of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
With his,
Where are you going?
I'm going to get some fucking sleep.
Alright.
Sweet dreams. I roll out the parchment just to see what is this.
It's essentially documentation of rationing. The rationing being depleted, decisions being made on who gets it, names. He's essentially listed every name of person who is sick, viability of them to survive. He's been counting names and he knows everybody.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he's very, very, very thorough.
Well, the least she can do is give all of the documents a thorough reading from her tent or from where he usually does his work in his central tent.
That's the question. While this whole thing's been going on, you begin to dawn on you that you've been chasing him as he's walking away from his tent.
Yeah.
He was carrying everything he owned. As you turn around, you notice that the tent no longer has any of the local guards. There is a really tall Kosith Kunari standing on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, there is a very well-armoured human. Both of which stink of murk.
Right. So I'll go over to them then and ask them what they're doing there at the command tent.
Do I know them?
Roll military lore if you have it.
What about culture?
13.
Culture, military culture? What are you thinking?
Culture lore.
Culture lore? Tricky one. There's not really a culture per se. It's a culture in and unto itself. What were you saying?
13.
13. You recognise the one on the left, which is a Blackstone Irregular. They're famous.
Oh.
Whoever has hired these people has a lot of moolah.
Yeah.
The one on the right are obviously some form of Talvashoff mercs.
Yeah.
They're rare and few and far between, mostly because they tend to get hunted down by the Kuhn zone. Yeah. And you approach?
Yeah.
Valeth?
Yes.
Just tidbit of information.
Mm-hmm.
That guy.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Canary, but...
the human one.
Yeah.
The Shem.
He is a Blackstone irregular.
All right.
These guys have money.
Well, or at least money backing them, I guess.
Yeah, as in whoever hired them has money.
Well, I guess we ought to ask what they're doing here and how they got here. But thank you for the information. I appreciate it. And she just, huffs herself up, like, back straight and tries to look as important as possible and marches over to the tent.
Thann follows in a manner that speaks, I'm her bodyguard.
As you approach the tent, the human puts his hand on his sword, and the Kunari, or the Kosith, his horns, literally just folds his arms, really thick muscles, and just opens his mouth to reveal some teeth.
Valeth doesn't really blink. She has Thann and Firil, so she doesn't really fucking care about them. But she's not, confrontational or aggressive. She is more like, I'm on important business and I have questions. So what she's going to do as she gets close enough to speak, she says, you two, who are your commanding officers?
They look at each other for a second. The Canary shrugs. Turns around, looks down at you, sees Thann for the first time. His eyes widen a little bit. He looks away and spits on the floor. That thing with you? Is that thing with you?
Yes. So, are you going to answer the question or not? She turns to the Blackstone irregular. Are you more helpful?
We made an arrangement to say that he would be the one to answer the questions, but...
That doesn't seem to be working out now, does it?
No, it does not, does it? Stupid fellow, gosh, fucking bastard.
So who are you, why are you here, and who is your commanding officer?
Who I am is my business, young lady. Who is inside...
Just be careful, I think one question at a time, okay? Doesn't seem that smart.
Okay.
They literally, because you didn't roll, they obviously heard that.
Yeah,
and they're like,
of course.
Yeah, I look at them like this.
He's about to say something that seems like he's taken 3 seconds to think about this amazing insult, which will devastate you and everyone in your family. But he suddenly stops because he hears a cough inside. He sticks his head in the tent. There's like this brief moment where you hear some muttering inside, and he comes back out again. His face is just white. You may enter.
Right, thank you very much.
As you're going inside the Kosiths, the Kunari starts giggling. It might have been the case that he heard what was discussed inside.
So you do have a sense of humor, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Fair enough. She walks by into the tent.
So, the tent, which before was literally just covered in straw, a desk, and a chair. You remember that. The chest is gone, so is Garrick Rosenstone. Instead...
Yeah. As you enter the pavilion tent, you can see that there's a finely crafted animal furs laid out in a fashionable way. It actually reminds you of Kunari fashion. And in the middle of the room, on some pillows, the table is moved to the side. You see a person with folded legs looking at some papers. He has completely black tinted leather armor on. You can see a finely crafted short sword that is fashionable to look at. It's bejeweled and it sticks out. And he has a painted face. He has yellow streaks going from his hairline down on his face and down his neck. And it seems like it's painted in the Qunari war fashion. And he looks up at you and says, Valeth, I presume.
Oh, yes, you are right. I'm afraid I'm at a disadvantage. I do not know your name.
My name isn't important. My title, however, you can refer.
And that is?
I am Shylock.
All right.
Does that mean anything to me?
Now you can roll culture.
Thank you.
Can I?
But have I met this person before?
I would
No, never.
Okay.
You may have heard of him though.
18.
Oh, yeah. You've heard of Shylock. Shylock is essentially the boogeyman for the criminal underworld. If you do something out of fashion, or rather, if you do it with bad form, Shylock will make you disappear. Also, it's the person you can get anything you want if you can pay the price. It's practically the person who invented
Genie in a bottle?
debt.
Oh well.
something completely different.
quite
No,
like
but it's
that.
still like you can get your wishes, but it's always with a catch.
Yep. He is
Always.
he's like a combination of Mephistopheles meets Rumpelstiltskin meets Rasputin. And that is just scratching the surface.
Can I roll for the meaning of the name as it's a position or a title?
Position or a title, no relevance to the cue.
Okay.
However, his face paint
Yeah.
is it's well researched, and it's the type of tattoos or face markings that the Qunari warriors tend to wear. It can't be the actual stuff though, because the mixtures that the Kossith use makes their skin steel. That's where they use it. It's a chemical reaction to their own metabolism. If humans wear it, they tend to die horribly. So whatever he's wearing is just for the aesthetic. But
Is he a human?
In so much as you can tell.
Yeah.
Although, if the rumours are true, you do wonder. Also, by the way, if I could just interject, as you're inside the room, the light starts to adjust, and you realise that he's not alone. There is, in fact, in the corner of the room, playing some sort of card game, maybe Wicked Grace or something. Two people who've just started to become aware of your presence. There is a rather tall-looking human who is blind, and essentially is feeling around with the cards. And the other one is this tall elf that looks vaguely familiar. For a second, you actually thought it was Ness, which probably gives you like a really knot in your stomach.
Shylock. But what are you guys doing here?
You know who this is?
There is basically...
We will get to that.
He's basically the criminal over all criminals. He's the one who makes things go away.
Nonchalantly whips his hand and says, "You give me too much credit."
I'm just saying what the books are saying. I mean, stories are stories.
So he's a famous criminal.
Oh yeah.
That seems kind of counterproductive.
I kind of want us to go to a place where we can get our drawing together, like a selfie. That would be cool.
Wow.
Like a portrait?
Yeah.
Firil invents the selfie. Oh, God.
Why not?
Well, congratulations.
I mean,
You may consider yourselves difficult or troublesome to track down.
Why are you looking for us?
Because I believe that we have mutual interests. The thing is that you have created ripples through Thedas.
Ripples.
Ripples big enough to create attention. You have done great deeds, and as such the mountain has come to you. And I wish to present you a gift of goodwill as we enter the negotiation of what I would recall to as a beneficial alternative to your current predicament.
He does not give away things for free.
Oh no, I did not think so. Well, I mean, you are free to lay your offer on the table, but before we do, who's that?
I think his name is Gakfar.
What?
The elf stands up
Ba-ba-ba.
and looks at you with pure joy in his face and runs over and hugs Valeth tightly.
Firil raises her daggers. She does not believe this is Gaffy at all. She is extremely suspicious at this point.
I mean,
Thann is just kind of like, and then kind of like,
yeah, I mean, Valeth will like awkwardly let herself be hugged and like tap his back,
Yes.
like, and then she'll kind of grab his shoulders and
then-
shove him away and like,
He's
what happened to you?
You can see that you can feel that he is taller.
Yeah.
And when you look at him, he looks kind of like Gakfar or Gaffy. And he kind of looks like Ness. But it's like between Gaffy and Ness.
Yeah.
And
Goodness.
pointy, and you see the pointy ears, and he's like, I've missed you so terribly. I'm so happy I finally found you.
Is it Gaffy's voice?
Yes,
The same
I mean,
voice?
it's the same, a bit rougher, but it's the same voice.
is it just me or did he get bigger?
Oh no, he definitely got bigger and turned. You have ears and things.
Gakfar
What happened?
doesn't waste time explaining, just goes over and hugs Thann. I missed you too, big guy.
Open question to the GM. The creature, is it parked out back or?
Yeah, it's currently chasing people who are trying to play with it. Never sure whether they're going to get killed or not.
Yes, and
Does he smell the same?
Him? He smells like them.
Like elf.
Like somebody stomped on some trees and then basically sprinkled on some nuts just for fun.
Okay. So earthy and foresty.
It's foresty. Not city elves. They smell like depression and
Yeah, like me.
Baileys from a
Yeah.
shoe. That's what they smell like.
And Gakfar will, exit to the embrace or whatever, and he will look at Firil.
She's still standing like halfway daggers up, just looking at you, not believing what she's seeing at all. She doesn't recognize you.
Yeah, he can see that you're skeptical. He just, kind of like puts his hands down and walks slowly over to you and just like, stops in front of you, just, smiling at you. And I missed you really much, and I'm so happy that you are alive and well, and there's so much to tell you. So much has happened since we were parted. I can see why you're skeptical. I know I've changed, and I will explain everything.
Why are you with him? You see, this is one of the greatest things that I would have... This is what would happen to make me the most happy ever. But why are you with him? It's a catch. What's the catch? Firil will just, pass you and go straight for you and be like, what is the catch? And she will have daggers up and be as intimidating as possible. Without
The second you bring your daggers up, you realise that someone's standing in his shadow. There's this burly-ass dwarf, around 3/4 his height. Literally, like somebody sculpted a brick dwarf out of somebody took a golem and then just chopped it in half and then sculpted a dwarf. That's what it looks like. This thing has dead eyes, like a copious amounts of like chiseled type of beard, and more tattoos than anyone has any business of having on their skin. He's also crunching his knuckles. He just looks at you with these cold, lifeless, kind of like, is he alive or isn't he kind of eyes, just waiting for you to make a move.
Draw your weapons, and not even the fade will save you, elf.
What's the catch?
None of your business currently.
Oh, it is.
I suggest you put your weapons away.
She puts her hands down, but she doesn't put them in the thing.
Remove this woman from my tent. She is obviously here with hostile intent. This is not beneficial for the current conversation I want to lead with Valeth.
Firil, maybe you and I can go outside the tent?
I mean, that seems beneficial. You can verify if it is actually Gaffy, although I mean...
I will explain everything.
It's hard to believe, but...
I promise, I will explain.
And...
Just remember, this guy, he does not give you anything for free.
Nothing is free in this world. You should know more than anyone.
I do, that's why I'm saying it.
Suggestion, I will listen to whatever he's willing to propose, and then I will confer with you and Thann, and potentially Gaffy, I suppose, before we make any decisions or agreements. Does that sound fair?
Whatever. She just leaves the tent.
Gaffar follows.
I thought we finally had fixed things.
Puck turns around to Shylock.
We're good.
Do whatever you want. Go with Firil, I know you want to. It's fine.
He goes with her. But very reluctantly. He doesn't... Actually, he goes to the door and then he's just like... I'm staying.
Are you sure?
She's got Gaffy.
Okay.
You haven't.
You stay then. It's fine. So, Shylock, or whoever you are, why are you here?
I'm here to return your friends to you, first and foremost. And he gestures over to the blind man playing the cards.
Mm-hmm.
His griffin is in the back, currently not trying to kill people.
I'll look at the guy and like probably recognize him. It's like, Reed?
Yeah, the human sitting there says, "Hold on, I think I've got him this time." He doesn't realise that Gaffy's moved on. Definitely got him. Take that. He puts down what is essentially a losing hand. Yeah.
Well done, sir. You have that is a winning hand.
Yep.
Is he sitting there in his underwear by now?
Huh?
They're playing Wicked Grace.
No. No.
You said they were.
I said it looked like Wicked
well,
Grace.
great. Okay.
I
Doesn't
am
have to
not.
be strict Wicked Grace.
It's always.
I am not the Can you imagine trying to play strip poker with a blind person? That is so cruel.
Very.
Yeah, I bet you're losing now. Yes, I have taken off everything. Yeah. No. All right. He eventually turns around in your general direction, except to the left. That's it begins with a V.
Valeth.
Valeth, yes, it's Valeth, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Reed, nice to... She almost says nice to see you again, but she doesn't. She says nice to meet you again.
Well, that was unnecessary. Gaffy?
Oh, he had to leave. I think he needs to have a talk with Firil. Is it really Gaffy? I mean, he looks
Oh yes,
different.
It's definitely Gaffy. Speaking from experience, you really shouldn't take things at face value.
No, I tend not to. That's why I'm asking.
That's why you're still in this tent. Yes, that's definitely Gagfar. Although, albeit, you have to consider it as more of a developed, grown-up Gagfar. Although I do think he was rather immature and probably not thinking straight when he decided to drag me and my griffin across the ocean.
Well, we've been separated for quite some time. I mean, if I had a griffin, I would probably fly back home now.
Explanation, but not a good reason. Murderline nearly died on the way here. If it wasn't for this this delightful fellow here, who, by the way, I think he's shady. It's like literally like. But otherwise, is a total gentleman and has kept us fed and even tended to our wounds.
Okay.
Well, I was wounded. I don't know if Gaffy was wounded. I'm fairly certain he was fine.
Well, I will. I'm glad to know you're okay. I'm happy you're here, I suppose.
Wait. I can tell from your voice something's changed.
What do you mean?
Leclerc's been here, hasn't she?
Yes.
Which means you've received the message.
Yes.
Which means... Oh, dear. Okay. He slowly gets up and reaches for his staff and starts moving towards the... what he thinks is the door is actually, in fact, the desk that's been moved into the corner.
What?
I
You're about
kind of
to...
stop him before he bumps
How'd you
into
stop him
something.
exactly?
Kind of like just gently take him on the shoulder. That's the desk.
When you touch him, he suddenly freezes. He tenses up like a stick.
Snap!
And then he turns to look almost exactly into your eyes. And he's got a ribbon across his, mostly because he still sees, you know, it still hurts. But as he looks up to you, he has this face of like utter and total shock. His jaw starts shaking.
Are you all right, sir?
I'm fine. I just I just felt a bit sick all of a sudden. I'm terribly sorry.
Do you need to sit down?
No. I'm good. I'm good. Just lead me to the door, would you? That'd be terribly kind.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you. I just out of curiosity, what's your name?
I'm Thann.
Thann.
Thann Jabiz.
Thann Jabiz. That's derived from Kunlat, yes?
Yes.
Ah, of course it is. That's okay. It's a delight to meet you. I'm just gonna go outside.
You were about to say something.
Nope.
Yes, you were.
Definitely was not. Leaving now. I hope. He's reaching out with his staff.
Read.
Not here. Outside. He's now outside. Still outside.
Grab him by the scruff of his neck. Hey,
Yes.
it's a little bit rude. You know, just leaving a conversation like that.
Where's the power cable for this? Because it's dying. Is it because it's cat powered? Hold on. There you go.
Did he pull it out?
It's fine. Yes,
Okay.
the cat moved it out. Sorry. The cat was sucking all the energy
It was
out of the laptop.
catified.
Yeah.
Cat paralysis.
Catatonic.
Paralysis.
So, you're going to go outside the tent,
Yeah.
out of line of sight, and practically in line of sight of these two.
Yeah.
Okay? So what we're going to do now, just to make sure everyone gets to go, is we're going to move to these two, and then we're going to move back to you guys. Okay? So before Reed and Thann come outside and play Tag You're It, by the way, I've got the scruff of your neck, give me a wallet, we're going to do, you guys go outside about a couple of minutes before. What happens?
Is the guard still outside of the tent?
Oh yeah, although they seem to be not really interested in your existence.
Okay, what I'll do when I pass them is just go like, woof, you know, just scare them.
Alright, I'll roll for that just because it's funny. Alright, this is going to be entertaining because if I roll really badly, we could see a Cosset scream like a little girl.
Firil is a tiny elf.
Fulfilling my dream. Yeah, so your human Blackstone regular does nothing. No, neither of them. They just look at you kind of like,
What's wrong with you?
I just keep going because I'm annoyed.
Well, Gakfar follows suit and
a
Firil.
bit amazing though.
Firil, please wait.
I don't even know who you are.
Sure you do.
No, you don't look like anyone I recognize.
What? Not even a little bit?
No.
Well, that kind of saddens me. I'm still happy to see you. I'm just a bit, put off by your hostility. Wasn't really the reunion I was picturing.
We can agree on that then.
So,
I mean, what happened to you? Who are you now? What are you now?
Well, you can see I've got, elf ears now.
No shit!
Okay. Well.
Oh, Tanya, could you turn towards the mic a bit more? We apparently can nearly not hear you.
Okay, so,
Oh, hiya.
okay, well, thing is, me and Kaida, we went into this temple, old elven temple, in search of clues as where Kaida came from. And we went with someone who claimed to be her sister, Spirit, and of course her dragon came along, and a lot happened in there, and the person claiming to be her sister wasn't her sister at all, just a demon trying to possess Kaida.
Yeah, I don't care about that, but can you do something to prove that you are you? Because anyone can say that they're someone.
I pick up Ness's broken hilt.
You could have stolen that. We've had swords that not
and then
ours.
I activate battle mode.
What happens when you activate battle
the
mode?
sword
Lights up. Like
Becomes
a lightsaber-ish
whole.
thing.
Yes, becomes whole.
So it is you.
Of course, it's me.
But why are you with him?
He saved us.
Oh, he does never do anything like that for free.
I
You should have never accepted his help.
Well, if I didn't, I probably wouldn't be here.
I would rather die than accept his help, to be honest. But I guess what's done is done. Stupid is stupid, I guess. And Firil just kind of kicks the dirt a little bit, looks at the ground, and like, guess I owe you an apology then. And she kind of, I don't know, looks a bit to the side and awkwardly gives Gaffy some sort of hug. Like, there.
Okay, well, Gaffy's going to try to hug her back, I guess. Bit, okay.
You'll notice in a hug, there's always one person who wants it more.
Yeah.
Also, where you kick the floor, I had to roll for this, it has to happen, you hear a little and a little nug scratches out of the ground, and it's like...
Poor baby.
You can actually, its ears are like... And then, because enough time's passed, the blind, so obviously mage, comes storming out of the tent just behind you, and is like dum-dum-dum, trying to move as quickly as a person who can't see can in open space. At which point, Thann emerges from the tent as well, much to the Kunari mercenaries' surprise. Catches him off guard. He actually goes from being disgusted to almost as if it's bad luck or something. At which point, Thann grabs him by the scruff of his robes, but the blind dude doesn't seem to notice and keeps walking for a few spaces, and it yanks up on his throat. It's like, ah! At which point he
Did the camera move?
I
Don't know.
think so.
Let me check.
No, I think
Let me
it's
check.
fine.
They were good.
Didn't look like
We
it.
are good. Oh, we're so good. Hey, you. I've got a cat on my laptop. So he's so better well behaved than any of our cats. Can we get better cats? I've still got the receipt.
He's just
Oh wow.
He's just very chill.
Perfect for you guys. Hasn't been playing with any tambourines lately, no? That's an in-joke. Anyways, then that happens.
Yep.
You're semi-choking to death, the mage.
No,
What would you like to do with that?
And I said that it's a bit rude.
Yeah. He replies by going,
Sort of grabs him by the shoulders and sort of keeps him there.
oh, and that wasn't.
Well, you're the one who walked straight out of a conversation.
Get off, get off, get off, get off.
Off. What the hell happened there? I helped you not bump into a table and then suddenly you're giving me these eyes and then... Which is really weird for a blind person. And then you're just storming out.
Well, yes. Look, I haven't got anything to tell you yet. But, since you're curious, I do have something to discuss with you, just not yet. You're going to have to provide me some patience, okay?
But... Valeth had some questions.
Valeth always has questions. That's what makes her Valeth. You can quote me on that. Put that on a t-shirt. I think the coffee's kicking in.
Yes. And
I can answer 100 of her questions, and she will have 101. Anything else? Look, there are some things...
What happened to Kath?
His brother killed him. We presume. There's just something
presume?
I presume. There's something not right about it. I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to give people false hope where there is none.
I knew it.
Reed.
No false hope.
Reed.
Oh. Is anyone else at eavesdropping range?
Yep.
Just relax, Reed. I can explain what I've seen.
Excellent.
Because I've seen it.
Excellent. Then maybe I can go and be somewhere else.
And then I can tell them about your premonitions. Which I think they might be eager to hear. About Thann.
What?
Oh, I'm so glad I came along.
Oh, please don't have...
Right? He says, pointing in a general direction. Right? I mean...
You and Thann...
Everyone just shut the fuck up. There's hostiles in the area. If we're gonna talk about secrets, can we do it when we're not against, 10 meters from, a evil overlord who basically rules the frickin' world?
Well, Gaffy's turning towards you and takes you gently by the shoulders and we will talk. Not here.
Yes.
But, Firil, let's go. Everyone, come on. Let's find a place.
You can't go.
Let's not leave
Valeth is in the frickin' tent. We need to wait for Valeth. We can't leave her here.
Well, then maybe you should wait outside.
I am outside!
Thann, maybe you and Reed should go somewhere and talk.
Talking.
Come on, Reed. You
Fine.
talk a lot on the way here.
Yes, well, I was bored, and you wouldn't shut up about how great it is being an elf. I mean, I can't do anything with that.
I wasn't asking you to.
I'm going to go and check on my griffin. Care to accompany me, Thann?
Yeah.
We will be here.
What she said.
Excellent. Murderloin's name practically is a synonym for murder, much like your name practically means death. So you'll have a lot in common. I'm sorry, that was rude.
Reed,
I think I need something to eat.
please take Thann with you and talk somewhere else than here.
Starting to sound like my father. He turns around and goes, that way. Starts walking, stops. No. Tap, tap, tap.
Do you need any help?
That way. Nope, I know where I'm going. It's just a bit difficult coordinating when you're seeing through another person's eyes. And he seems to be chasing some poor sod who's... Oh, yes, he's bitten him in the arse. Oh, dear, I can taste the buttocks. Ugh. Long story, just follow me.
Taste the buttocks.
It's really out of context.
New t-shirt.
Not a t-shirt.
But a new slogan for Instagram.
Taste the buttocks. Arterial spring.
I'm gonna throw a bone to these guys who've been waiting patiently.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, back in the tent, Valeth is handling the devil himself on her own.
Mm-hmm.
Cue.
Oh, great.
Where were you? You were talking about prices?
No, we didn't really get our conversation started really after.
No,
Gaffy.
the conversation was that I'm here to bring your friends back to you first and foremost.
Well, I can see you've brought some of them with you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Is there a price to pay for this service? Firil mentioned that there is always a price, so I have to ask.
No.
So
There is no price. The deliverance of your friends back to you, well tended, cared for, healed, and well fed, is no charge. I believe that friends should stick together.
Okay. Go on. What is your offer?
My offer is to provide you with an alternative.
An alternative to what?
To whatever you plan on doing next.
Well, to be fair, my first idea was to get the hell off this island and leave it behind and never see it again. But I have come to believe that we can't leave these Templars here alive. We can't leave that red lyrium growing here unchecked. They need to be destroyed. All of them.
As you mentioned red lyrium, you can see that his face changes into a grin.
Said something funny, did I?
I always find challenges interesting. In a pleasant way. Take it as you wish.
So what's your interest? What do you get out of this, out of helping us in whatever endeavor we choose to set upon?
Well, it's simple. Red lyrium is bad for business.
How? Well, I mean, I know for us how it's bad, but how is it bad for you?
It kills and corrupts everything it touches. They're selling red lyrium on the market that is murdering our customer base. It disrupts loyalties, it twists mine, and what I hate most of all, red lyrium users are not up for sensible discussions.
So, yeah, I'll just let them pour the drinks, then we'll continue.
Plus, this is a great point when anyone who's entering the tent again comes back in.
Yeah, well, Gaffar, he reluctantly leaves Firil outside because I guess she's not welcome in again, just to keep Valeth company to make sure she's safe.
I think if she came back in, it wouldn't be too much of a problem as long as she kept her weapons in her sheaths.
I'm not stepping in.
All right. So, do you have a solution to our current predicament then? Do you have a strategy for destroying the red lyrium supply and the Templars who are cultivating it, selling it, using it?
I might.
Let me guess, you're not going to tell me unless I agree to an alliance.
I'm not looking for alliances at this juncture. Take it like this. We have a common enemy. My enemy is death to business. Your enemy is death to everything that you know and love and cherish and uphold. And I think it's in our mutual interest to mediate this growing threat.
Well, on that I can agree. We have no resources, no army, no weapons of any use, really.
I am a humble partner of mutually beneficial favors, and I come with an alternative to your current predicament. I wish to build relations. As I said already, you have done extraordinary things that has caught important people's interests.
Are you referring to us as individuals or the Inquisition at large?
I'm referring to you and your close party.
Mm-hmm.
The Inquisition, in my eyes, holds no power without you, which makes you extraordinary.
I wouldn't say that that's true, but technically, I would say that without the Inquisitor, we would all be far worse off. So, discounting her seems a bit short-minded, reductionistic, or how, yeah.
Take it as you will. In my experience, inquisitors and lords and ladies are guided by a room of advisors. Without them, they are nothing. The Inquisitor herself has not shown me directly what she as an entity can perform in the world.
Right. Well, fine. So you seem to be impressed with whatever it is we've done. That
He grins again. Aren't you?
No.
You hold everything you've done worthless?
Oh no, not worthless. It just feels like more failures than victories to me.
Here you are.
Takes his hand on Valeth's shoulders and looks at her and like, you've done great.
That's sweet.
No, I mean it. Without you back home, it's been difficult. You have no idea the influence, the meaning you have for the people, for me. You are one of the most important persons in my life. And you do amazing things.
You can see that she's just about to, crack and cry, but she doesn't. She keeps her face on, but you can tell. She smiles at you, but she doesn't say anything.
Yeah, he smiles back.
And then
Before you get to do anything else, he picks up a goblet that is glass, and you can see there's some sort of wine, and he sips on it. You also notice that he has an assortment of fruits and fresh food in his tent. You represent the most precious commodity intelligent entities hold. And that is hope. Hope gives people strength where it should falter. Hope gives people purpose. And purpose enriches lives. And this is where I come in. I think that we could work well together as we have a common goal, whether you believe it or not.
I can believe it. I was listening. We have a common enemy. We have different motivations for wanting said enemy off the map. But we still have a common enemy. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not agreeing to anything before I confer with my friends, but I personally would like to see every maker-damned Red Templar on this island and in the entire world smothered to pieces. So if you can help me do that, then we might have a deal.
What do I get in return for doing just that?
I thought you said we had common goals.
We do, but as your friend said, there's nothing in this life that is free.
Right, and what price would you want?
The price is as follows. I will help you with your problem on this island. And when the time comes, I will present you with a problem of my own. And I will give you the courtesy to weigh if this problem is worth helping me out with. As I can't risk sullying your good nature for my lesser... I'm struggling to find a good word for you. Let's just say that...
Bad intentions!
And he just...
Hello.
What your friend just said.
So basically, you want a figurehead or a set of figureheads to rally people around.
Not at all. Why would I want that?
That's what it sounds like.
No, you misunderstand. I have food, provisions to feed everyone on this island with me. I have 120 special elite trained mercenaries that if I were so inclined would be at your disposal.
But this favor...
Yeah, you still haven't named your price.
He said that we must perform a favor for him in the future. We don't know what favor that could be, but he will give us the option to turn it down.
Yeah. Firil just walls in. Yeah. Just put it on my name. It's fine. I'm already in the fucking shitter. You know all about me. I guess you do. Don't say yes to anything, Valeth. You don't have to. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with it. Fucking hell.
No.
Firil,
Yes. What did we talk about in the tent the other day?
Yeah, but I don't want.
We're not going at anything alone.
You are not a criminal. I don't want to make you or Thann into criminals.
We've already done so many illegal things.
Yeah,
so many morally gray zone things.
Yeah, you kind of already
We're
have.
still not a band of criminals.
Well,
Semantics.
a minute. Good sir. She'll go outside with Firil and listen, I don't trust him any more than you do, but I'm not letting you do this on your own. If we have a chance to not do whatever he tells us to do or get out of it somehow, then we'll do that.
You realize you're selling your soul. That's basically what you're doing.
I don't care. If Keth is dead, I don't care anymore. I just want to save Thedas and then be done with it.
We do not have solid proof that is actually dead.
I have hope, but I'm not blind. Kathy.
Yes, but listen, we can talk about this later, but there is no certain proof that he is dead. He's missing.
Regardless, if I'm ever going to see him again, if he's alive, I need to get off this fucking island. But before I leave, I have to take care of these Templars and the Lyrium, because that is the job. And what Firil says is true. Job first. Mission first. If Keth needs me, yes, that hurts. I wish I could find him now. I wish he was alive, but I don't know. But what I do know is that there's an island here. There are people who are starving here.
I did not say that we abandoned this island.
No, but that's the thing. I can't think about Keth right now. I don't have that luxury. I can't, because if I do, I won't last. Okay?
Not to interrupt your very personal conversation.
Which you do.
And you're in my tent.
No, we
No, we're outside.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Bye-bye.
To be fair, that, in his defense, that wasn't very clear. Even I thought you were still inside
No,
the
she
tent.
said.
A
she
moment,
takes
good sir. I
Firil
take Firil outside.
I believe you. It's just I missed it as well.
Yeah, well, because you were cuddling my cat.
Can you blame me?
No, I can't.
He is adorable.
He's so adorable. Oh, I love how he gets up. He's like, I'm gonna stand up. Nah, this sucks. I'm gonna let down again.
He just doesn't want to be cuddled on.
Oh my god, he's slowly but surely encroaching upon my zone.
He is just all over the spells.
You love he's a magic cat, obviously.
So yeah, that's so can we just agree that if we say yes to this, we all share responsibility?
We're all in the shitter. We're gonna end up in...
Well, if we do, we do. But if we at least get rid of these monsters on this island, it'll be worth it.
Fine.
Of course.
You guys realize we don't have a life after that, though.
let's not try to lose all hope yet.
I'll think about that later.
Just do what we can. We will make this. It's do or die. Now or never. We have to help these people. And even if it costs our souls, at least we've saved thousands souls.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm just wondering if you guys are.
Always, Firil. I am with you guys in this thick or thin.
Family, remember?
Yeah.
So you're not doing this alone. So Valeth goes back into the tent. Fine, Mr. Shylock. You have your deal. Help us destroy the Templars and the Red Lyrium on this island. And we will perform a favor to you that is not too untasteful.
Agreed.
Plot twist, in about 6 months' time after you've saved Thedas, you're going to have to give your impression of his fanfic.
Reenact his fanfic.
Yeah, you're going to be like, I have a play. I'd like you to star in it. Something obscure.
That would be a small price to pay.
He gestures. Excellent. Now, gather your friends and let's eat. Let's talk plans.
Good point. Meanwhile, there is a stable that's been hastily constructed around the corner. And in that stable, there is currently several things going on. Namely, there is a griffin that is chasing a poor soldier around of the Blackstone Irregulars, who is currently carrying a big hunk of some meat on his shoulder, and he's running around to the cheering and jeering of all of his comrades who were basically around the fence, just laughing their asses off and making bets on how long he's going to last. Enter Thann and Reed. Reed takes his blindfold off, and you see that his eyes are like a milky blue. But they seem to have like an orange tinge to them at the moment, like almost like they're illuminated. You also notice that the griffin, its eyes start to glow as well. And just as it's about to leap on the soldier, it stops. Dust settles, and it looks directly at you and Reed. With a rather large jump, it leaps the fence, scattering the soldiers around. They're all like, what the hell's going on? It hasn't done that yet. And comes over to where Reed is. And together, both of them look directly at you. Almost as if they're both sharing the same eyes.
Yeah, that's not uncanny at all.
Merliloin helped me overcome a certain disability that I acquired while trying to help a friend. Kind of got me back on my feet when I thought that helping people was completely worthless.
It's a fine creature.
Oh, this? She's a better creature than I am, to be sure. And I finally get to see you with eyes. You are a fascinating creature yourself. In many ways, you're a miracle.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure it out.
Miracle isn't exactly what I'd call me.
It's a rough translation of your name means something along the lines of...
You don't need to tell me what my name means.
Forgive me. A sore spot and your name as well. That is a harsh one to bear. I've seen you in a prophecy given to me by a divine creature, a friend who's dead, who speaks across the fade. And in this, you are the end of all things. And here you are, amid another end of all things, with another end of all things.
What?
The Inquisitor herself is battling against a creature hell-bent on bringing the Fade into the world by swarming the world with demons. And while this is going on, we ourselves are dealing with another threat, this Valaya person in Ostwick, who has his own agenda, who has his own misgivings of doing something involving water, involving red lyrium. So sick of fucking red lyrium. To think I had enough trouble with treated wool. Now it's red lyrium everywhere. And then I get a prophecy about you. The man whose name means death. I should say, the creature. You are 1 foot in 2 worlds. You are an anomaly. Which means you can accomplish great things, and yet your prophecy indicates you are going to create great disaster. And now I'm standing here thinking, am I meant to kill you? Could I? Should I tell you these things? Hope you'll kill yourself? Is your death even the answer? I have no clue. I know enough to be afraid, but not enough to make myself feel better. Can you understand now why I tried to walk away?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, dear. I'm sorry. I can see you're a good man, Thann. And it pains me to inflict upon you these truths, because if you had been a creature of evil, or even malign intent, I would have had no qualms about getting Murderloin here to fucking murder you. But I'm a bit of a pacifist myself, and if I'm honest, you don't strike me as the bad sort. Which makes me wonder what it is about this prophecy that I'm meant to be paying attention to. Maybe I should just forget it and help you instead.
So what the hell is this prophecy?
Oh, it's very simple. The creature with the name of death, the matricide that was the killer of your own mother, forgive me, will be the death of us all.
Right. Well, that's just great.
It's also referred to as Halfhorn.
Yeah. So, how about we just, I don't know, how likely is this prophecy to be true?
I don't know, it's not like I have a prophecy about eating a cheese sandwich and then I get one. I'm really hungry. Or maybe it's Murderloin that's hungry. He turns over and the Griffin and him look at each other for a second. Can't tell anymore. Look, all I can tell you is that you are going to have a choice. And you are going to have to think before you make that choice and not make a mistake.
Fucking choices every day.
Well, excellent. You have plenty of experience making choices.
How am I supposed to know that it's that choice?
Honestly? Trust your friends. Because when you can't see yourself, and we have that unfortunate ability, except for me, of course, I can see myself all the time. But when we're talking about you here, you cannot see yourself. Your eyes are facing the wrong direction. However, you have friends, you have loved ones and family who love you a great deal, who will tell you when you're being a sodding idiot.
I should hope so.
Excuse my language, my father's a dwarf.
What?
Long story.
How does that work?
Well, let's just say you're not the only one with a troubled past. I don't want to hear the usual questions. I just don't. I can't bear it right now. Okay?
No.
For some strange reason, although Reed doesn't do anything, the Griffin kind of goes. Anyways, I suppose we should probably rejoin your friends now that we've had this little chat.
Yeah. So, can I pat her?
Well, yes, I suppose so.
Cool.
Just don't try and stroke her belly. She's always a bit 50-50 about that.
hey, I'm pretty 50-50 about people stroking my belly, so I know where she's coming from.
Why do I get told these things? Do I have one of those faces that says, please tell me all of your details?
You're the one who started with the belly scratching, not me.
Yes. Oh, the horror. You approach the griffin?
Yeah.
The griffin's an old specimen. It's allegedly the female of the species is more dangerous than the male. In this case, Murderloin, the griffin, is huge. It's enough. Its bulking weight is enough to carry two, and it sees you and it backs off for a second. And as you insist, it seems to just go in further, like towards you, and then crooks its head forward.
Something tells him to mirror what she's doing, so so he does.
So you retract your hand and then move your head forward. Just when you get close enough, you feel its skull thunk against yours and a little playful butt that almost knocks you off your feet. When you fall over, well, you don't fall over, when you nearly fall over, it moves forward as if trying to catch you, and it ends up getting really, really close to you with its eyes looking deep in yours. And there's this just moment where you just connect. And you get the impression of an exceptionally sentient creature that just doesn't happen to have opposable thumbs.
Aww.
Or Netflix, which is totally... Wow, just imagine the griffin watching Netflix. Only here, ladies and gentlemen.
I kind of, like, very carefully and very respectfully pat her, or, like, stroke her. You are a beautiful girl, aren't you?
Behind you, you hear Reed going... No, don't stop. I was rather enjoying that.
I'm done here.
You hear a flutter of feathers as the griffin stomps its feet and looks at Reed as if, like, you ruined this moment. And Reed's like...
I look at her just like, sorry, it's bad. Anyway.
Together, we all return back to the tent. You guys don't have to actually wait very long. When you come out, you see Reed, Thann, and the freaking griffin. She's just stomping its way behind him, like, very proud at this point. No, you're going to have to wait outside. Sit. Oh, no, sorry. I was joking. Oh, now she's in a sulk. Great. Would you care to help me inside?
Yeah, sure.
So, everyone, including Firil, who heard the whole conversation, by the way, because she's got a focus on hearing, if I'm not mistaken. Seriously, you should get that. Your ears are huge.
I don't have any focuses on any perception things.
Well, that explains a lot.
I do, but have a focus in hearing.
Yeah. Listening out for Templars in the tower.
Yeah.
Clink, clink.
Empathy. Detect red lyrium.
Aww.
Yeah, so we're all inside the tent eating and drinking.
Pump, would you mind fetching the map of our current location? Yeah. Sherlock, he folds open a map. That is a map of the island.
It's also hand-drawn. You notice that your position is up in the mountains with very almost childish-looking drawing of two wolves.
Kind of knew that. We had kind of had to walk up a hill, mountain side to get here.
You're in a mountain. Don't be smart-ass. Sassy Valeth is real.
Circling an angry face where the Templars are.
Yes, yes. With like someone's writing sodding bad guys.
Yeah.
It seems that Puck likes drawing.
Yeah.
Why this is just suddenly very good canon for him, you know. Like it's like literally like Q one day beforehand, you know, he's just drawing this map. He's like,
Bad guys.
lots of red. You notice to the west you have the pit. It's referred to. This was the place which you were going to be dragged to.
Yeah.
Further north and to the west, there is a place referred to as Crimson Hold, which, due to the penchant of the Red Templars, loving everything red, it must be theirs.
Sounds, on point.
Crimson, how many synonyms can you get of red? Down to the south, you recognise the End, which is the name given to the capital of Brandols End. Around the east and the south of...
the children are back.
Oh, good.
Of course.
Why do the children weigh like a truck?
Oh, they don't know.
Really need to get that down, yeah. To the south, you have the swamplands, where Thessaly apparently came from. And to the east are the forests, which get protected from the strong winds that batter from the west. Further on east, you actually see the outcropping where he's put a line with Brandon's Reach written. Like, he's tried to write it down the page, but he seems to have misspelled it, so it's kind of like going like a zigzag, almost like a lightning strike of letters. He doesn't have a rubber or any way of, like, correcting anything, so he just scratches it out and then continues.
Right.
It's a terrible drawing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but, we get the gist, I suppose. So this is where we are. This is where the bad guys are, and the Crimson Hold. Ingrid just tried to move the microphone away from the cat, and the cat just crawled after it.
He's thinking the microphone is some sort of totem that needs to be worshipped. I don't know.
That's definitely wrong. Cats don't worship things, they get worshipped.
There you go.
Duh.
Well, maybe he thinks it's an altar to his honor.
I think he thinks it's a heater.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so
worshipping cats.
I don't have a cat. How should I know?
What do you propose? How do we deal with this?
How do you usually siege a fort?
Do we need to besiege a fort? Are there not other ways to gain entrance? Or maybe lure some of them out?
I'm sure there's many strategies to use. Personally, I haven't gotten to survey our target yet, as we just arrived.
Right.
But give it some time, and I'm sure our scouts would be able to deliver some reports of the surrounding area.
You hear a booming voice outside of someone you find very familiar. So she's still angry with me? Oh yes, very angry with you. You left, Ada, and you left us with nothing but bullshit. Two very tall Kosith come into the tent. One is Ramadar, your wayward dude, and the other is a Kosith who is standing. His horns are they look like they've been beaten in metals and then extended, so they come around like a ram's horn. And he's got full-on plate mail with a red handprint on the front, like he's been watching far too much Lord of the Rings. He comes in carrying a rather large double-headed axe, and as he walks in, they just stop, survey the room. Can't go anywhere without that tension following me, can I?
Nope.
Hi, Valeth, Firil,
Hey.
Thann.
So apparently we're laying siege to Crimson Hold.
Is that Gakfar?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
I didn't realize half-elves did this.
They
no,
don't.
They usually don't. I can explain later.
It's a long story.
Apparently.
It's weird.
Right.
That's true. It's weird.
So, didn't realize you were bringing the Valocas. That's kind of nice.
They're excellent killers. Why wouldn't I?
Well, you dragged them halfway across Thedas. Let me guess, you promised him a suicide mission.
Well, of course.
Shakruk, the other guy, bursts out laughing. I said I would not come unless there was a 5% chance of survival. People say I'm stupid. This is the way we earn glory.
Stupid. Mad.
Girl
It's
just
a toss-up.
puts up 2 thumbs and grins weirdly like, you go
Shylock,
you.
he thumbs his finger into an orange and cracks it open and takes out a peel and starts sucking on it.
Just
Anyways,
awkward moment.
the dialogue on how much fun these Talvashot finds gambling their lives takes about 2 seconds. They're Talvashot. And he keeps sucking on this orange like the subject doesn't deserve more attention or doesn't need more attention.
You know, Ram and Shakratha look at each other and go, not wrong.
As for this keep, I suggest we eat, everyone, and wait for the scouts to return.
You suggest
Oh.
we eat everyone in the keep?
On that note, Puck, inform our quartermaster that a steal has been struck and bring up the carriages with the food and start feeding the refugees.
Puck waddles out. He's literally a ball of muscle. Does that guy ever say anything? Ever?
Oh yes, to the people that deserves hearing his voice. He looks on the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think everyone is just kind of awkward silencing it right now. Like, this is tense. We're basically eating with the enemy, sort of.
It also looks a bit weird, like there's a drawing of a complex drawing of a map which looks like it's been drawn by a 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
He's got big hands.
Yeah.
In the middle of this
Small
war
pencils.
planning. You know, oh yeah, it's a war table.
This is
5-year-old
all
drawing.
very exciting. I actually haven't personally assaulted a keep before, so this is a new experience for me.
What do you usually assault?
Unwilling victims.
I don't believe we've assaulted a keep before either, so this is all new to us. But I do believe you need siege engines to besiege.
Or sappers.
Well, that too.
I'm
Usually you have, siege engines to distract while the sappers get close enough to... Or
Yeah.
catapults or something.
A keep is just a box. You know, it's if you make them starve, then it will be easy. But these are the Red Templars you speak of?
Yes,
Well-
I don't think they starve in quite the same way as others do.
No. So you play on their weaknesses.
You cut off their lyrium supply?
Don't think that's possible.
No.
But-
So,
Their weaknesses of someone who is an arrogant boss. You make them think that they've won. Get them to come out.
and how do you suggest we do that?
Simple. You send us in alone.
That's actually what she does.
Is that a good laugh or a bad laugh? It's difficult to say.
So, are you suggesting that we're taking another way in and you the front? You suggesting that we sneak in another way, or that you guys bring one of us dead to their doorstep to get them out?
Is it a distraction maneuver for other things to happen, or do you think that just sending you in would make our enemy overconfident enough so they would overextend themselves and then we could bring in the rest of the force? What is it exactly you're thinking here?
The tall Costa is just looking at you with his mouth open. Turns to Adar. Adar go,
You didn't really think this through.
we
did
don't
you?
have enough men.
Nope.
Quality aside, we have a good staging force. We need to acquire more bodies, basically. A siege is... It's messy. It's basically attrition. unless you play a ruse, like you say, ruses are good, but unless you have some way of following through, a ruse is about as useful as waving a flag before getting killed on a tower somewhere.
Yeah.
So...
Alternative ways in. Do we have any?
Well, we don't know. The scouts aren't back yet. But if we could find an alternative way in, we could smuggle people inside the walls and lower the bridge.
Well...
And allow the rest of our people to come through. Also, maybe we can rally volunteers from the refugees.
Or the slave pits.
Or the slave pits. That's also possible, for sure. And just bolster our numbers that way. Also, do we have access to explosives?
No. Nope. Nope. Yes. Nope. Yes. No.
So you do.
No. Yes.
So I'm thinking if we have enough explosives, we could actually blow the entire hold to pieces. Or at least the important parts.
No. Technically, we have access to the formula for Gatlock. Tarlock knows it. But the last time we tried to do anything with the stuff, he got a bit excited. Nobody was getting any loot that day. So, if you want to use the Gatlock... What?
He's speaking directly to the Talvashot commander.
Yeah.
Sugar. That's fine. You're responding to a lot of questions. What would you do to get them out?
The Red Templars? He sits down on his, literally on his ass. Puts his hands up in his...
Dan leans over to Firil and is like, that guy would probably just moon them.
Huh?
You see this? Shokarov looks up and goes, can't do that then.
Yeah, no, but who? I didn't.
The Talbot.
Oh.
You piss him off.
Well, I guess emptying the slave pit would piss them off.
It's a better one I had an idea of.
What did you want to do?
No.
Is there an advantage point, like an elevated place where you can shoot arrow into the courtyard of this whatever keep?
Crimson Keep?
Yeah.
No. It's on a northwestern peninsula. No, that's not the word. Fjord? No. What's the trade for this? The dog kind of scratches his head. It's on a cliff. So basically there is no higher point. However, there is a port. It's a port, basically. So if we got a ship, we could probably sneak in. A token
I
force.
have several.
It needs to be one of their ships.
Do you suggest we steal one?
I suggest we steal one, but that means we have to go back to the end. So there's lots of ways we can do this. We can either attack the pit and get some reinforcements at the same time as basically, maybe, hopefully, pissing them off enough to send a force out to us. But we'd have to hide our numbers, not show our hands. Same time, or maybe not at all. We could go to the end and steal a ship with a small force and then sneak into the Crimson Keep, open the gates, catch them napping if they sleep.
And who provides the misdirection?
Oh, I'm not deciding that.
Shylock grins. I think that they need resources to provide themselves with arms and armor. Have you ever met anyone that doesn't need currency?
It's probably mostly through trading with ships. They seem to have a very strong trading circle going from Ostwick right down to Denerim. There's a lot of I wonder how King Alistair would feel about discovering that off his goddamn coast.
He starts writing on a small piece of paper. And he addresses this to his sister, stating that there is a trade route going back and forth from this said island with the details, and commands her to set every resources we have with chevaliers and Avarian, merchants and everything to shut them down. And I send a raven.
So, there's a brief point when you send that raven that Adar looks rather concerned. I hope that raven wasn't familiar. It's difficult to tell one raven from another. Was it a crow? Oh God, I hope she gets back soon.
So we have some options.
Yes, I was just about
We
to ask.
could do things straight away. The thing is that I can shut down their entire trading operation, leaving them to starve, and we could just wait for them to come out. Now that might take some time, but I assure you no trading ships will land on this island as long as I say they come.
Well, yes, just remember that once you hit a certain phase of the transformation, Red Templars cease to function like normal human beings. I don't even know if they need food or a drink.
Yeah, but they're going to be commanded by a force. What?
Red Lyrium. I don't know much about Red Lyrium. I know you know more about it. But because Lyrium, blue regular Lyrium, is magic.
Yes.
Is Red Lyrium something the same? Could we enlist mages to drain mana from them?
No.
No.
No?
It's a nice idea, but no. Attempts have been made to try and diffuse Red Lyrium by drawing the mana out of it. It's the mana itself which is corrupted. Second you draw anything from that stuff, you're gone.
Well, if you have access to a certain type of dark spawn blood and an apothecary who knows how, you can...
I don't even want to begin touching that. I have no idea how he pulled that off. Yeah, I know it works.
Yeah, she just makes some red, crystals pop up from her fingers.
The less people know about that, the better. Especially this guy. No offense.
But my point being is that, yes, we should not use mages to drain lyrium mana. But if we have issues with people who are infected, there are ways of treating it.
I do have one suggestion. The liar is running the show, right?
Yes.
Right. He has a presence somewhere here on the island.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I think he's on the island.
We did meet him.
Yeah.
I think.
He uses a lot of...
He was at the end the
puppets.
last time we met him.
Right.
The thing is, what I've been thinking about since we started talking about this is that if we harass them in any way we can, big or small, eventually it will draw his ire. He will get angry and he will try to strike out and find us.
Well,
And if we can kill him, then hopefully the infrastructure of our enemy will fall apart.
he wants you all dead. So if he
For
realizes you're definitely alive, and me as well, he really wants me dead.
Mm-hmm.
I've made a fool of him. But if we show our faces, make them public, that is gonna really mess with him.
Yes, let's just pop up everywhere.
You get my meaning?
I get your meaning. What can you say to this fella through text that will make him know instantly that it is you?
Something regarding the fact that I took one of his lieutenants and stole his identity.
Alright then, that then. Alright, what's this lieutenant's name?
Spindrift. He was
Spindrift.
He was a very strange Avar weather mage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And he writes, what's the name of this Red Templar commander again?
The one at Crimson Hold?
Hmm?
I have no idea. They just
Okay,
call him
to who it may concern, we have, and the name of the sergeant's name, currently being trained by a group of ruffians. If you want him back, come and get him, fucking idiots. He wraps it around an arrow and says, shoot this into the full bore.
But I think the liar already knows that Ram Adar was an imposter pretending to be Spindrift.
Oh yeah, I got busted.
Yeah, they know already.
Sorry. Put the arrow back.
Hey,
Spindrift is dead, I believe.
what about...
No.
I have an idea. You guys know that one of the liar's people let us out of the cage, right? Don't mention who, Valeth. Because I know you want to say, oh, I know who that is. And then you destroy everything, so don't.
Okay.
But we have inside information that they don't maybe know. Someone let us out of their people on purpose.
Ugh, you can't trust him.
Well, no. But we
point
can trust
is-
him to double cross us, probably.
The
Oh, good.
point is that if we don't wait, we need to draw him out. We can't assault the keep because we don't have the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
But we can blow it up if we make Gatlock.
Yes! No! Yes! No!
Well, if you want to blow it up, let's blow it up. How would we make that happen?
I'm just saying, if we focus on, drawing the attention of the liar, keeping distracted, it might be easier to get into the hold and blow it up.
Essentially,
Do
we're
we have
looking
sappers with us?
we have your traditional Ferelden sappers with the Blackstone Irregulars. They're the digger tunnel kind.
Cool. Then I talk to the Blackstone Irregular. How realistic is it for you to start digging and then blow enough of that cliff away to make the keep fall into the ocean?
You're referring to the guard who's just outside, yeah? He's that's gonna take quite a while.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
It
Quite
means,
a while.
It means basically probably several weeks.
How much is Puck back?
No.
Oh, okay. But I should know this. How much provision did we bring with us?
Not enough for several weeks. Not under the weight of people.
No, but I can establish a route that will bring more supplies in.
True, but it does occur to you that by this point, whatever plans or agendas they have may have been fulfilled elsewhere.
We don't have time to wait for trade routes to be set up and become functional, because that also would take weeks or months.
I think, in my humble opinion, we should find an alternative way in.
Yeah.
Same.
And just place explosives around the entire castle
Yeah.
and make it collapse in on itself.
Yeah. No. Fine. Well, I'll talk to him and see if I can get some Gatlock made, but it's gonna take time. Okay, we need to find the resources, and I don't even know what they are yet because he always keeps his recipe secret.
Well, let's ask him if this island holds the resources he needs. Then we know if this is a plan to move ahead with.
Sure, but I do think we should take into consideration the boat idea, and going to the end, stealing a boat.
In my experience, it's best to do all of them.
I mean, splitting the team. Unless
That means that we focus each individual's strength where it will do maximum damage. Having you standing in the front door mooning them will do nothing.
Shut up! I wasn't gonna moon them.
I can draw their attention towards the bridge and outwards. I have a lucrative
Blow up the bridge.
position to approach them with business.
That you do.
I am convinced that at least one of them know who I am and will give pause to open some sort of communication, because I'm betting they would be interesting to hear whatever I had to say. Now that is just an assumption, so I can bring a retinue out of arrow range and make it known that I wish to open communication. That way their focus will be on me and not whatever you will be doing.
Yeah. That gives us the opportunity to sneak in somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So are we saving the slaves?
I would say we are.
Of course.
That'll grab their attention and make them really angry with us.
I suggest that we go with this. I'll try and force up a way of communication with them because I can actually trade with them. There's plenty enough people that would be wanting to buy whatever there is they're selling.
Everyone's got
Not
a price.
saying that I will actually sell red lyrium.
Oh no. Could that work? That's a very bad idea. I've been back with you guys 5 minutes, and I'm already starting to think of really stupid ideas.
Good. We
Please
need your
share
stupid
with the
ideas.
room. We're all open to stupid ideas. Give it.
Well, see, I think I know of a way of modifying the Gatlock so that it makes a loud concussive force. Now, the thing about red lyrium is it's crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And I've in the past used sonic or concussive forces to shatter glass and crystal.
Mm-hmm.
So it could definitely give us an edge. The trick is to not get blown up, deafened for life. No, that covers it in the process.
Mm-hmm. So, fuse. A long fuse.
Oh yeah, sure. Expert over here, everybody.
Just off the top of my mind.
No, this is good. I'm gonna note this down. Long fuse, save Thetis. Great. This is amazing.
Could we perhaps implement some sort of trap trigger?
Only when we're there. So the real question is, who's going where? Who's gonna go to the pit? Who's gonna go get the boat? Who's gonna sneak in using the boat? And who's gonna be at the front doorstep waiting for the gates to be opened?
Well, I think he needs someone waiting by the gates that will draw him out, that will make him want to come out.
He's basically a celebrity, so.
And whoever is
Shylock
going...
laughs. Can you imagine their faces when they see Shylock at their door?
Yeah, they will be so surprised. Wow.
That's a really sarcastic way of clapping. No, this is better. You got to do it like this.
No shit. Sherlock.
I don't get that reference to you. Sounds Kunari, but...
Whoever goes inside should be someone who knows how to handle explosives.
Nope. Yes. Nope.
And also a protective force that, and several people who can actually deploy said explosives in key places.
Anyone who's got experience with dwarven grenades can do it. Really. It's just we're gonna have to take Tarlock with us, and that means that I have to go as well because Tarlock he's a bit senile, and I'm the only one he listens to.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
So that's settled, sort of.
Sort of. That great. Super. I'm gonna lose my other freaking horn.
Possibly. We could all lose much more than that in the process.
Do you have any idea what it feels like to have 3 pounds worth of bone on one side of my head and then only half as much on my right?
No, but I do know what it's like to get your chest carved open, have your blood be poisoned by red lyrium, nearly dying, and then having to live on borrowed time.
But you don't, though. Know about the horn.
No.
My
She just
point.
wanted to brag about her thing, so.
No, my point is we've all lost something or someone, and it doesn't matter in the end. We can lose our lives, and it'll be worth it if we can stop them.
Shakroth, who's just looking down because he's really, really big. Looking down at Adar, looking down even further down at you. I can see why you like her so much. Nudge. He goes dunk, dunk, dunk. Yeah. She's amazing. I'm gonna get blown up. Turns around, looks at Shylock. Okay, so who else is gonna go on the suicide mission?
Well, I might as well. I mean, either I go in the hold, or I go to the pits. I'm not sure where my talents would be best employed.
How about we take the pits together first?
The pits have guards.
The pits is basically where they keep slaves to fight for fun. It keeps all the bandits happy and keeps their morale up when it comes to keeping the pirates in the local areas happy. Also, it's good gambling finance for them. You'd love it there.
Let's say we all go to the pits, show face, so he knows it's us. And then after that, someone goes in the hold and someone goes to the front gate.
We should execute everything
Simultaneously. I get your meaning, but the pits doesn't yield any bonus to the Crimson hold until afterwards. See, we can do that and expect them to come after us, or we can send you to the gate and get them out. But doing two at the same time might not be a good idea. However, if we take the pits first, we could get more forces, and then we can enact your plan.
Let's go with that.
Sound good?
Better yet, don't kill the Templars.
The Red Templars?
No, we're killing them.
It's a pit, right?
They won't be at the pit. They can't stand the place.
Who's in the pit?
Slaves!
Slaves and basically the...
Who's guarding the slaves?
Just bandits.
Just
really?
bandits?
Well, hired hands. I assume that there are some Templars there if they're using them for recruitment or fodder or mining.
Fine. He wants to know, I'll tell him. They're the old slaves before the turnover began. The old slaves got freed. They didn't go anywhere. They became the new slavers.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bet the current slaves would love if balance of power were shifted.
Oh yeah, sure, they can become the new slavers. And the circle of life continues. Out fucking standing.
Point is, it doesn't sound like they're putting a lot of effort of protecting this pit.
They don't need to do much effort. Where it is in a crater. See, on the west hand side we have this really barren landscape, mostly shale and very sharp rocks. Okay? We're talking obsidian. Very good mining if you have the tools. Most people don't. No one wants to touch this area because it's very undefensible, except that one point, which is a crater. So it has like 3 points of ingress. Very, very difficult to assault. We're going to have to get people on the inside, as per usual, to let us get in.
Sounds like a perfect mission for you.
Oh, no.
Thought, if we are sending people on the inside to let us in, could those same people also deploy some whispers about who is coming, potentially, to save them? Maybe it would inspire an uprising when we arrive.
Sure.
More chaos and potentially more freed slaves.
Besides, it just occurred to me that if I go with you, I'm not going to be able to help Tarlock sort out the Gatlock to send to the boat.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do two things at once.
Well, you do the Gatlock.
So, as much as you'd like to send the Canary into the pit as a way of getting their attention, he looks at Thann all of a sudden. Plan.
What?
You. They would love you at the pit. They wouldn't even ask questions. They would just want you straight in front of everyone. It's perfect. If you basically take him, if you guys pose as slavers and take him in, they won't even ask questions. They'd be too excited. No offense, but they love special cases.
Don't think anyone would believe that we were slavers.
No,
But they will believe that I'm a slaver.
That's
I'll
true.
do it.
All right, cool.
Only if Thann agrees.
Yes.
Thann has to agree to this.
Just let us get this straight. You're suggesting that we sent Thann in to spread rumors and help us get in under the cloak of night or whatever, and we essentially storm the pits and inspire a revolt.
No, of course not. I'm suggesting that he poses as a slaver and then takes you all in.
Ha.
No offense, but you're elves, so
We're slaves.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I mean, you're elves.
Are
Who
we
would believe
fighting in the pits? Is that what you
it?
want?
I'm fairly certain there may be some pit fighting.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I figured. But here's the thing. You can really... You're going to be able to get in there with the supposed captor, and he's your edge. He's going to be able to give you your weapons, your equipment,
Yes.
unlock any stuff which they're using to try and hold you captive. You could cause a revolution from the inside, compromise their defenses, and we come in for the rescue.
Fine.
I'll do it.
I don't trust him yet. But I trust you.
Wait, what? Really? After everything?
Yes. You always come back.
This is why they like her so much.
All right. Well, I guess I better go and talk to Tarlock.
I bet I guess you do.
I'm going now. He turns around slowly. Sighs.
It's good to see you again, Adar.
It's nice to see you guys too. Try not to get killed. I'd like to see you again. He goes out, leaving the tent flap down. Your man there, Shokrota. I keep getting his name wrong. Shokrakar. That's it. Shokrakar turns around. He doesn't like explosives.
No shit.
No one really does. Well, some people do, but
No, I mean...
I understand.
The last one killed the 3 guys next to him and blew off his horn.
Ah.
So he gets tinnitus from now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touchy subject.
It also, loud bangs make him jump. I mean, he cries like a baby. Good memories. So yeah. You guys are gonna do the sneaking, and then you're gonna open the door, and then I slings this gigantic battle axe onto his shoulder, and then I get to do the killing.
Sure.
I think I figured a way how to chop someone into 4 pieces with 1 blow.
That is impressive.
Nah, I've heard other people can do more.
Yeah, I severed a head with 3 blows.
Want to know how to do it in 2?
That's Gaffy nodding for the podcast.
Yes, he nods.
Yes. Oh, we're gonna have some fun. All right. So why don't we take a break there,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna continue in a second.
Soda!
I can have a tinkle.
All right, everyone.
Yeah,
we're going to
I
do
also
like
need-
human things, like taking a drink, having a pee.
Um,
Well, that's proof.
um,
No, I'm comfy.
come with
No,
me.
no, I don't want it. I'm comfy.
How is the chat, by the way?
Oh, everyone was silent after Rioriat said he has to go for dinner. Lucha Jam is complaining that I'm off the camera all the time. She is essentially our director.
Well, that's what happens when you're in charge of the camera. You have no one to correct you.
Yeah, that's true. Apparently, Rioriat says let the shipping begin when it comes to. I don't know where she was referring to that actually. I think it was Thann and Reed.
Oh, maybe.
You want me to follow you into the toilet?
His eyes just rolled around in his head.
Right.
I'm gonna give him his eye drops when Ola gets back.
He has eye problems?
Yeah. They've been a little irritated since the travel, so it's been kind of runny.
And you guys need new chairs because these chairs are like sitting on rock.
Yeah, I know, they're horrible to sit on. But you can get a pillow from the sofa.
I want several pillows. You should sit on
Yeah, I know. Ola wanted these chairs. Me personally, I wanted
boots.
padded textile chairs. But
I have some rotting chairs. They are very comfortable to sit at.
Just give her an excuse
I
to get
don't
more
really
furniture.
sit here anyway, unless we play.
Just give her an excuse to get more furniture. She knows that.
No.
No,
We have more than
I'm
enough.
trying to get rid of some. Because I have bought more and I don't have room for the old ones.
I knew there was some story here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab some fresh air. You wanna join me?
Yes.
Sure.
Like fresh air, not.
No,
not my kind of
actual
It's
fresh air.
It's when Anita says it, it's not fresh.
Okay.
It's usually what we might call like more like
He's not gonna be happy with you now.
I was so bummed out because I didn't get the meeting between Firil and Gabby.
Oh, was the door disturbing you? I'm sorry,
He
baby.
was not happy about the door. Ska jag hjälpa till med något eller?
it isn't, but something we might be able to fix. Oh, my feet are wet. Fuck, bollocks, ass.
Okay,
Shitty.
now I can move this a little bit away from.
Jag vet, du liker det inte, lilla vännen. Det är bättre.
Ah, damn it, my feet are wet.
Thinking moving this here.
Jag vet.
Det kanske är bra. Då får vi med Tonny lite mer.
Ja, det var det jag tänkte också. Den är lång nog till.
Oh no,
He is egg.
Ja.
Oh no.
Så cute. Ja. Ja, du är så snill. Och så fin.
Such a good boy. Such a precious good boy. Oh, babies. Bless him so much. Best kitty is best kitty.
Ja, vad det är äckelt i öja. Ja.
I cannot. Too cute.
Maybe it helps if I shake my head. No.
No.
I'll try again. No.
Du kan hämta en Q-tip så kan du ta det som är utanför ögat.
How long are we expecting to run?
Probably until 10, I guess, like a
Yeah.
normal time.
So
1.5 hour.
Yeah, an hour and a half more.
Yeah. I think any later than that, and you guys will be able to, it'll
Get
be so
home.
late.
I haven't checked train times.
I mean, they run until like beyond midnight, I think,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
it's just that it'll be so late before you get home.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna Q-tip his eye.
Little baby boy.
I am so in love.
Best little fluffy boy.
Yes.
Such a adorbs little fluffy boy.
Jag har sån vandrapa liggandes borta på bänken.
En saltvann eller något sånt.
Ja.
Skal benytte meg av fasilitetene.
Oh yeah, that's usually how
Så
it
det var
works.
ikke, du har bare dryppet litt på Q-tipsen.
But like to Vinton spikes for added spikiness.
Hold the door. I can hold it.
Except for just wing it, go with whatever.
Yeah, but just something to go with.
I got something for you to go on.
Blir rädd.
Ja.
Bara ta och start innerst och dytt utåt.
Oh yeah.
Just cleaning his eyes.
Gosh. Wait, could you pass me my mobile? Yeah, right there. I'm gonna assume Ingrid's in the toilet. She's very quiet.
Did we get it?
Yep. På den andra ska jag ta den andra.
Ja, du kan ta den andra också. Åh, så fint.
This is what I did for
Just remember to give him some treats.
Ja.
There we
Du
go.
kan ju ta ett godis till honom.
Okay. This is what you were going to anger. That was like rage. You're like oozing red and just like a cinder after your thing.
You fleeing? Did you have?
Who's your favourite cinder?
Oh yeah. What did you do? It's my hips.
Ja.
They don't want to function.
Ja.
Jag ska ta vägen bort till ett ställe där de kommer få ligga lite i fred.
Jeg lurer på om jeg har krympa. For jeg ser så lite ut i forhold til Sunniva. Sunniva skal være 159. Nei, du er 157 centimeter.
1,59.
1,59. Så du er basically 7 centimeter høyere enn meg, men når jeg ser deg opp ved siden av meg her, så ser det ut som du er mer 10. Så jeg begynner å lure på om jeg har krympa.
Hon är säkert bara lite längre i överkroppen än du är.
Jo, men det har noe å si. Hvis det er bare 7 centimeter, og det ser ut som det er mer på kamera.
Me too. Bra. Det blev bara så mycket. En gång måste folk döda.
Jeg har sendt bilde til Simen.
There have been comments about a new cosplay for Shylock.
Yeah.
So they were saying like, is that the same guy that he was dressed as last Tolicon? Yeah. Oh, it's just, he wore purple last time. Well, there may be more coming on that.
I wore purple last time.
Yeah, you were. Your outfit was originally
Purple.
Hello. Oh shit. Fuck.
That's my brother's new mini.
Needs to be glued on.
Oh, did you break it off?
I don't know whether it was already broken, but it kind of made a twing noise, so I may have broken it.
Yeah.
You got any polystyrene cement or plastic glue?
Yeah, somewhere here.
I can fix this easy
Yeah.
enough. Well, let's be fair, when it's this fragile, it could do with a rod.
Yeah, probably.
Just don't have the right... You know what I love about this new stuff, though?
Well,
When it breaks, and it invariably breaks, it's got a hardened core, which means it breaks with like a little nubbin.
Did you break the
Sticking out.
toy?
Oh yeah, I hate my brother, so I thought I'm going to break his life. So I did. But I just love the way it snaps in a particular way. It's designed to do this, so it leaves this little like sticky outy bit.
I think
it's so much easier
he
to stick
took his
back on.
glue with him to the tournament. So we'll just fix it later.
You know what? This is what he gets. Really? He has himself to blame. Oh god, he does Terminators! Oh.
Cinch and stuff.
I do Crimson Slaughter.
I don't really know a lot about that.
You can tell him I just said that.
Okay.
I do the losers, basically. The guys no one likes. Where I'm from, Eddie, I'm a loser, just like you. Seriously though, Venom as a movie was terrible. It could have been so much better.
The
I have not
Terminators
seen
are mine, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's
Rune
it.
doesn't play 40k these days.
Oh, yeah, no, he
plays
does,
that,
Oh sweet!
Age of Sigmar.
Age of Sigmar.
Oh yes, Age of Wow Wow. So I'm going to be trying to do a game for people who I don't know 8th edition that very well. Just like small, kind of you bring like 2 or 3 units and we kill each other.
Okay.
If you're interested.
That could be cool.
Terminators, very cool. Very cool.
You are aware that the sound is still on, Rick.
Okay, now he knows.
Yes. He has been warned. Anything from here on out is fair games. Vill du ha jordbär förresten, Ola?
Some strawberries.
And strawberries.
I like strawberries. You should use one of these for that.
I usually use
It makes a
Because
lot of
then
noise.
you-
chopsticks.
It makes lots of noise.
Mm-hmm.
You should use chopsticks if you can.
Don't have chopsticks.
Why?
Heresy.
Why chopsticks? Chopsticks are the most
Well,
useless way of
It
consuming
doesn't make
food.
noise, as
Yeah,
you said.
because it's quiet.
And also, it's very, very useful if you know how to use them.
I just hate them because I don't.
Oh, there
At
you
least
go.
you're honest.
Do you have chopsticks?
ooh, fancy chopsticks. But I feel bad using these chopsticks.
If you don't use them,
if
they
you don't
won't really
use
get
them,
used.
no one uses them.
Wow.
They can be washed.
Pretty.
This makes me think of Shota. His tattoo.
It's kind of Shota, yeah.
I guess these are his now.
The worst thing about Ostpop is all that grease on your fingers.
This is why you use chopsticks.
Yeah, I use not chopsticks. I'm not worthy of chopsticks.
You can, buy the kid chopsticks where you just put a rubber band on and you just like.
Yeah, that's like a bike with with training wheels.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yes. It's to, improve your muscles in your hands.
But that's not the problem. I can't do the.
Because you don't have the motoric in your hands.
It has to be trained. No one gets
Okay,
it perfect the
truth
first
time.
You have
That
to use
that
this
sounds like a waste of time. There's so much other
Because if
awesome
in
things I could learn instead of using chopsticks.
Well, if you find yourself in the wilderness without a fork, you can just find 2 pieces of.
I'm adaptable. I'll adapt when I need to.
Bullet
Well,
journaling.
then you wouldn't have to learn how to adapt because you're already adapted.
For da har du linjer på en måte.
Prepare.
For
Det er nok lurt, men jeg tror nok ikke jeg gidder å
Nei.
Altså, you can't.
Det er
If
jo
I
bare
ever,
hvis man
you
har
know,
lyst til å gidde, liksom.
Join
Kan du hente meg et stykke pizza til, gjerne et hjørnestykke?
Hvis jeg skulle vært med på det der hva det heter, Robinson, så hadde jeg tatt med meg kniv og gaffel og salt.
Jeg liker skorpe jo bedre.
du skulle ha pizza.
Ja, hvem skal ha pizza?
Anita.
Gjerne et hjørnestykke med ananas på.
Han var litt
Det er
for
ikke flere igjen.
They all are eaten.
Ga du alle hjørnestykkene til Sunniva?
Maybe.
That could be.
Don't even like them.
Ja, så lenge det er skorpe på det, så.
Det er ikke skorpe på, det her er et nytt stykke.
Men det er vel flere skorpestykker igjen, er det ikke det?
Jo, men ikke som har ananas på.
Jo, det er et som har litt, er det ikke det?
Ja, et stykke. Og så står hun der og gir meg sånn her der.
Men du vet jo at jeg liker skorpe.
Ja. Det var du som dekorerte pizzaen, så don't give me that.
Ja, men det var du som delte pizzastykker.
Hun ga meg sitt hjørnestykke, og jeg tenkte at jeg skulle bare si ja, fordi jeg tenker at jeg liker hjørnestykkene minst. Og så var hun sånn, ja, du kan ta det hvis du vil, så tenkte jeg, ok, da vil hun sikkert ikke ha hjørne, så da tok jeg det, men så var det jo egentlig fordi hun tenkte at hun skulle være snill. Men jeg bare tok det fordi jeg tenkte at jeg har ikke lyst til å gi deg det verste.
Communication!
Mitt stykke er det beste, synes jeg.
Same.
Ja.
Hjørnestykker is the best. Because I get all that crust.
Yeah.
We are very compatible.
Yes.
We like the middle, you like the corner, and the edge. Yes.
Perfect. Jeg og Sunniva er perfect pizza pals. Vi liker begge ananas. Hun vil ha midten, jeg vil ha det som er rundt.
It's perfect.
Jeg liker kun skorpa, fordi da gjør det enklere å holde i noe som ikke er klissete.
Ja.
That's the only reason, men jeg kan gjerne la skorpa ligge igjen.
I don't know.
Anything happening?
Skulle du ha med det?
Ja.
You want this?
Yeah, sure.
I hope we get to roll some dice soon. It's been so boring.
Aww.
I thought it was fun. Jeg har fått rollespilt mye.
I haven't.
Me neither.
Still boring. But good for you. Like truthfully good. But yeah, I guess it's been boring for Gakfar and Firil.
Well, I think also it's the fact that we are an extra player today, and Rick is playing a lot of characters.
Oh yeah.
So the spotlight, so to say, has been split on more people than usual.
Yeah.
And so it feels like everyone is getting less of it.
Yeah. Well,
Which may be the case.
It makes sense due to time.
Plus, we've been going through a lot of a planning kind of stage, which tends to
Takes time.
Yep. But still, I think that even Gakfar at this particular meeting planning would be like bored because
move on.
Oh, Firil
Yes.
too. She
Yeah.
doesn't care at all.
Hannah's kind of like,
Yeah.
exactly. Where's the action?
where's the food?
Right in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Gaffy's been doing. He's been stuffing his face with all he could find, but don't
Like,
talk.
ooh,
Looking at Firil and like, why doesn't she love me anymore?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was freaking heartbreaking.
But what would you do? What
No.
would you have done if your
it's
enemy
not-
literally is like, here's the most precious thing in the world. I give it to you freely. No.
I know. It was perfect, but it was also heartbreaking.
It was great.
Yeah, Gakfar was a bit heartbroken. I mean, he got her, he understood her reaction, but still, he had hoped that she would maybe show that she was happy to see him.
Hannah's like,
Maybe
last
later.
time I saw you, you were like a little kid. Now you're like,
Yes.
kind of hot.
What is this
Yes.
magic? What is this?
Yes.
What? Say what?
Yeah. He's in his late teens now.
Keith?
He's
You go
like
for Voltron?
2 years
No.
younger than Thann.
Haven't seen it.
Young adult.
Not seen
Yeah.
Close my eyes for a
The
second. there,
best
suddenly
kind.
there was,
Barely legal.
Why?
Throw a hard dive.
I need to see the chat.
5 on
Oh boy.
They're barely legal, big boy.
He's a yeah. He's above legal now.
Wait for it.
Barely legal big boy.
Wow. Okay.
Jesus.
What? What did I hear?
That's what they keep saying.
No. He was like saying he's like the best kind of young adult, the barely legal. and I'm like, so now he's barely legal, big boy.
Well,
Yeah,
not
I
not in
should,
America, so it depends.
Yeah.
Alright, we're good to go.
So precious.
Can we do something unusual and mute the mic for a second?
Sure.
How do we do that?
If you know how
Can
to
we
do it.
just read out
Hang on,
loud what
Luther Gem
Gem
just said in the chat, it was only a matter of time, wasn't it, before Ola said something inappropriate.
Yeah, I think you managed quite well.
Ding ding.
Don't worry, it won't be in the podcast. Maybe it will if you go for Patreon. That's the thing now. Sorry, I want to say that every time. Yeah.
Well,
It's exclusive. All
if they go to Patreon, they'll be disappointed we have a coffee.
I know. We're the worst.
Who put money on you? Our listeners.
Pretty much.
What are you looking for?
Oh, how do you mute it?
Oh, you have to go to
I think I can
OBS.
Okay, so we've just been talking a little bit about how we're going to run the rest of the session, and basically what's going to happen is that 4 of us have gone to our camp, or what is now going to be our designated camp, and Shylock has gone to do his own boogie woogie.
Yeah, basically you've gone back to your accommodation in the Temple of Two Wolves.
Ah, yes. I've forgotten about that.
So you guys return with Gaffy, I presume?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Gaffy gets to see the Temple of Two Wolves for the first time. It's a beautiful elvish ruin.
Does it remind me of the other temple?
Not at all. This one was made much, much later. You don't even really get the wolves. I mean, you know it from like some books you read, but it's not really much to do with ancient culture as far as you can tell.
Okay.
What you do notice, however, is the smell of something you recognise in your new elvish brain as the rotting carcass of a Vartarel. It's got a very distinct tang to it. You get like a foreign memory that evokes in your head, and you can't imagine how horrific it must have been having to deal with one of those things. Also, the place is really badly stinking because of all of the human refugees that have, or elvish and some dwarves refugees that have been hauled up here with no clear sanitation. However, they're warm at least, and they're out of the rain. So there's that. Eventually you get to a chamber which has been kept separate from everyone else, mostly by choice, where these guys have got all their belongings and their sleeping bags. Finally, you're left away from, apparently, from the eyes of one Shylock.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. This temple is amazing.
It's not that cool.
I mean, I've been to a cooler temple, but yeah, it's still cool, I think. So, what happened with the guardian?
We killed it.
Cool.
Well, our companion did.
Who?
Our companion, a guy or a stone man. I have no idea what
He was a golem.
And he
Golem.
And he didn't have any private parts.
Wow, important information.
Yeah,
Bullet point.
Wow. Okay.
What was important to him?
So, that's interesting. I would love to hear more about it.
He's dead. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We knew him for like 3 days, so it's nothing to be sorry about. But it was unfortunate because he seemed like a very great person. Stone man thing.
Still, I mean, I'm curious about how you've been since we were separated.
The short story is not good up until very, very recently. It's still not great.
You come to the right a bit.
Yeah. There we go.
Yes, you're not showing.
Yeah. So, but we do have an elven artifact that seems promising. Might be able to help the Inquisitor out somehow.
Cool.
Thann has it.
Yes, he keeps it safe.
Oh, that's very cool. Could I see it?
Yeah, of course. Thann grabs the backpack where it's packed and kind of like...
Does it say anything to me?
Roll cunning, flat cunning. 12. You get the impression that this device is definitely ancient elven in origin. Its function seems to be to flatten out any breach of the fade.
To
flatten it out, as in stop any thinness in the fade or anything like that. It's essentially pushes the fade back.
Oh, right. This is used for like, you know, bolstering or pushing the fade back.
Like, could that be the same as rifts as we met at
Well,
Timber Cove?
it prevents rifts from happening.
Oh.
So I assume if you activate it in any given place, it strengthens
the barrier
Yes.
between the fade and reality.
Yes.
How does one activate it? Can anyone do it?
I think mages can.
Probably someone who can wield magic
Yes.
would be able to activate it. Yes, I haven't tried, but I assume I would be able to do it.
Yeah, I think so. You can, infuse it with arcane magic.
The point is, I don't know whether or not to activate it here or to bring it to the Inquisitor for activation in a more strategic
Place.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, can't the Inquisitor kind of do that already?
Well, I guess she closes breaches when they appear.
Yeah,
But she can't bolster the barrier.
No.
Barrier.
Barrier. Yeah. So it's important that we get this back to Ostwick, or back to at least someone else who is in touch with the rest of the organization, so it can be forwarded.
Placed in a strategic position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that it will do as much of a job here as it would near the breach.
No. But the enemy would want to get their hands on this, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
We should
Destroy it, most likely.
Yeah. Well, we should probably keep it hidden
Secret.
with Thann. Firil,
Yeah.
could I have a moment with you?
Of course.
Yeah. Could we walk over?
I was going to say this awkward moment where you're like, can I have a moment with you? And these other two are in the room, they're like,
Thann kind of just like goes over to Valeth. So there's something Reed said that I'd like to talk to you about, and he sort of pulls her away from Gaffy and
Kind of drift off in separate directions.
well, actually.
Yeah. He fidgets with something like very nervously. So, it's been a while, and I don't know. I know I've missed you very much, and I get that you were skeptical when we met. Don't look the same.
No, it's not that really. It's more about why on earth would... you have no idea how much trouble you might be in.
Aren't we always in trouble though?
But this is different though. You do realize that he owns us now. But you just accepting anything from him without even striking a deal. He owns you.
Well,
You do realize that is the most stupid move you could do. I would rather die than do what you did.
But what are the choice? Should I just, leave myself and Reed and his griffin
No.
for dead?
No.
I'm confused.
Yeah. Aren't we all?
I really wanted to meet you again.
Yeah.
You particular. And he tomato red after he said that.
Why?
Well,
Like, so we can play tag? No, we can't, because you're not a kid anymore. What the fuck, man?
ouch. I mean, what?
don't say that. No, keep that to yourself.
Yeah, well, it's not to play tag. I mean, you're important to me, Firil.
Yeah, you're important to me too, Gaffy. I swore to your father that I would protect you with my life. And I failed that.
Well, I'm here.
Yes, you're here. But it's not because of me. That's all on you.
Well, you couldn't really do much under the circumstances. I mean, who could?
No.
I mean, I was unable to. The only thing I could do. I mean, I could have not run away to be together with you, to fall down with you. And I feel like a failure because I fled. Like a coward. I should have been there.
You did what you did. You can't do anything to change that.
I know. And I've accepted that.
Yeah, that's good. It shouldn't matter.
But still, I think you should accept that you couldn't have done anything otherwise either. The forces against us were too overwhelming. And I mean, there's nothing we could have done differently. And things that has happened between us...
What do you mean? Nothing has happened between us, Gaffy. Firil is smiling, by the way, because she knows that Gaffy is struggling. She can see that he's red, and she knows what he kind of is on the way of maybe doing.
You assume.
She assumes, so she's just trolling the situation just to either make it worse for him or to diffuse it.
He really stutters to try to find his words.
You're a child, Gaffy.
He looks at you very sternly.
Your appearance might have changed, but you're still a child.
I love you.
Like what? A sister? A friend? Or something else? You know, that is a very strong word. And it all depends on how you use it. I can say this, I love you as family, Gaffy. And I will always do, because you are part of family. But that's that.
Yes. And that's fine. And all. And I accept that. I just wanted to let you know how I feel about you.
I appreciate it. I do. But just remember this. You have lived 12 years. 13 years on this earth? You might not look like it, but your mind still has only 13 years on this earth. So,
are you assuming that I'm not capable of love?
I'm assuming that you don't know what you're talking about.
You know, sometimes you're just full of it. And he turns and leaves.
Snap! Children. Someone call the bird unit! Woo! Woo! That was intense. You broke the GM.
It's been a while.
Usually I would come in there with something funny to say, like Fela of the Wolves turns up. She's like, "Oh, he got you good," and then disappears again for no reason. But honestly, that was so harsh.
It was really loud.
So what?
I just wanted you guys to hug and make up and stuff. Make pretty babies.
He's 13!
No.
Yes.
No.
In Firil's mind, he is 13.
In Firil's
Oh,
mind,
I see.
yeah.
He wouldn't be fucking your mind. But alright, correct. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Insert highly inappropriate quotes.
Yes.
No. You have people expecting, okay? You gotta deliver.
I'm
Deliver.
I'm gonna not say anything else without a lawyer present.
Like a real lawyer?
No, on this specific subject. I want to talk.
Oh yeah,
later.
sure. Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, I feel for Gaffy. Poor Gaffy. Fuck you, Firil.
You know when she says, "You're a
I want
child."
No, it was so good though. It was so good.
How much did you want to say? I'm not a child.
I'm a pretty decent big boy! Slam the door and leave.
I don't even like you anyway. I'm on the wrong side of the door.
Oh no!
chance. I want to go home. Where's the griffin?
Oh, man. I regret everything.
Yeah.
I thought you said there was a child.
If I had a fan, it would be going thwarp.
You have a fan.
Yes, I have a fan.
I thought you said Thann
I
as
was
well.
Then I had to just logic my brain. I'm like, oh, fan, yeah.
That is exactly what these two are doing, I would imagine, is that she's sitting down like this, and it's like, yes. And Thann is like, no, this is not how I work, no. this is not the thing.
Or like,
Okay, move on.
yeah.
Fuck you, Firil.
Is that the
New
new
t-shirt.
Honestly, I think we're going to have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But yes, indeed. Any case, you guys leave the room talking
Yeah.
about Thann's little discovery.
You make that sound so bad.
Yeah.
Thann has a little problem
Yeah.
that he can only trust. Shh, it's serious.
Mother Valeth.
He can only trust his closest friend to take a look at his little problem.
I thought Firil was his closest friend.
Not for this.
No, okay.
And give him an honest bit of feedback.
Yeah. Well, Valeth is honest.
Well, actually.
Oh my god, it's so big. Your problem, I mean.
Yeah.
We're all a little kind of shook up by the intense thing.
Yeah,
We're
we
trying
just need
to
to
calm
joke
down.
away.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I was just sitting here thinking, I don't know what's happening. Are they shipping? Are they about to stab each other? Are they going to cry?
I don't know.
Why do I feel wet?
Can we move on, please?
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Okay, yeah.
can.
So, yeah.
Okay.
We move
Yeah.
off.
So, I talked to Reed. And, apparently I'm part of some prophecy. And apparently I'm gonna be the end of us all.
Oh. That old ditty.
Oh,
I mean,
you heard something like that before?
no, I mean, someone's always part of some prophecy or something that's going to be the end of someone. I mean, usually I take them with a grain of salt, but what exactly did this prophecy say?
It said something about the person whose name means death, who is of half horn or something,
So this
will be the end.
of everything? Of everyone?
He didn't really go into details.
Right. So did he say anything about when or if it could be prevented or...
He just gave me some bullshit about watching my choices and having my friends watch me. I didn't really understand, but I guess...
And I mean, you're paraphrasing, so it's my insight into this problem will be limited at best.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that if I suddenly act out of character and...
You want me to let you know?
Yeah, just, slap me or something.
Yeah. Slap you, set you on fire, whatever you want. No, I don't actually do fire spells. It was a joke, Thann. I'm sorry, I'm bad at those.
Thank you. That's a relief.
I was just trying to lighten the mood.
It would be Winter's Breath, most likely.
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
Or Winter's Grasp.
And probably when you're done talking. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can hear, like,
Them arguing.
a bit arguing, heightened voices, and just, see Gakvar storm off.
Thann, how good are you with small blades?
Small blades?
Like, do you have a dagger?
No, not really.
Could you borrow one from Firil?
I guess.
Okay, then we can continue our conversation, but if we're going into the pits, chances are there will be people there who will recognize us, and I want you to cut most of my hair off, just so they won't recognize me. It's kind of a giveaway. Can you do that for me?
Sure. You know that I have some shares.
Well, then use them. Whatever you have. Just make it shorter, make it different, make it unrecognizable somehow. I don't want to get recognized by anyone who might potentially give us away. While you do that, we'll talk. And I'll do my best to make you feel more at ease.
Okay. Thann digs out his shears and...
Why does he have shears?
Because sometimes you need to cut things. And you can get, like, very simple shears.
Also, Thann has long hair. So he might need to give himself a haircut.
And there's also that Justin guy that gives you hassle if you don't have it.
You know, the just in case.
Oh my god! Hold on, I was going to do a quick inventory check. Yes, I have enough. I have a fuck you for you and a fuck you for you too.
But he has shears for his hair, and he has a blade to shave.
That was so dumb. I just have the image of him basically like trimming his horns in the mirror, like.
He has long hair.
Okay,
sometimes it gets a bit too long because he doesn't like it too long.
Okay, all right, cool.
Like Valeth's hair is like down to like the middle of her back right now. It's really easy to recognize.
That's true.
So like it's kind of what she's always had. So she's just gonna get rid of most of it.
Do I have
It's
to
safer.
alter the drawing now?
No.
Yes.
So yeah. So if Thann has more to say, he can say it while he cuts her hair off.
He doesn't really.
You gotta talk. It's like any good hairdresser. Ask her. She doesn't talk.
Right now, he's more worried about Firil and Gaffy.
Well, then talk about that.
Okay. So, do you know what that was all about?
Gaffy has always had a crush on Firil, and I guess maybe it's more than just a crush right now. And he's back, he's different.
He's older.
Yeah, at least he looks older. I don't know if it's actually older. I haven't asked, haven't had the time, but I've never known Firil to have romantic interest in anyone. But it might just be because she doesn't want to lose anyone and she doesn't trust most people. So that might be it. And, well, you know Firil. She's blunt.
Yeah.
So.
Poor Gaffy.
Well, yeah.
You really did pick the worst person.
To fall in love with? It's a tough first love. Given.
Everything after this is gonna seem like a piece of cake.
Well, that's true. I really don't know how they're going to fix things. I'm just happy Firil and I are friends again.
Yeah.
I hope she trusts me again.
She does.
And when this is over, I hope that every single Red Templar in existence is destroyed.
So, do you want to keep this? He's basically braided it.
Yeah. It's like little loose braid, and she'll be like...
Braided it, and then
It's sprayed through.
Great food. He's great with kids.
No, she just tosses it on the nearest fire. Moving on. This is a new Valeth and a new time for the Kestrels. I'm tired of living in the past.
You know he's not gone.
I hope so.
He's not. And we'll find him.
We will.
When we get back, we'll find him.
When this is dealt with, I will find him, dead or alive, I don't care.
We got you back.
Well, we've got yours.
Thanks.
Thank you. She pulls out her short hair strands and well, that's done.
Can I just make a quick question to Riori when she gets to watch this? That would be a great drawing. It's just Thann going, gonna have to sort these loose ends. I'm gonna do these split ends here, darling. What conditioner do you use? In his spare time between massacring the...
Yes. In the post, this will be Thann's new profession.
Yeah.
Become a hairdresser.
Yes.
Find a new calling.
Those poor customers. I mean, it's not half bad, but
well,
it's probably a bit crooked. Maybe
choppy.
a new style.
It probably looks like an asymmetrical bob that wasn't meant to be asymmetrical.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit longer in the front than it is in the back because you braided it back and just went snip, snip, snip.
Yeah.
Like any good
or
friend.
Or braided it slightly on the side.
Mm.
And then went
it's going to be so pretty.
It's one of those things where a friend does your hair for you and you're like, yeah, it's super. And then
at
to
least
another
he didn't
friend.
do a fringe.
Yeah, that's true. At least he didn't do a fringe.
You did a great job, Thann. Firil!
So I take no responsibility for the reactions you get on your new hair. Okay.
You don't have to.
Just so we're clear.
I imagine if we're going to be slaves, might as well look like slaves.
Wow.
Burn.
That was great timing. Super.
So after we finish, we're probably just gonna walk over and just join Firil or Gaffy, I guess.
Try and find Gaffy.
Yeah, you go do that. Maybe he needs to talk to someone who's not
Firil.
Yes. And I don't
Or
think
that-
talking to Valeth would help either, to be fair. But yeah. So Valeth will just go sit by Firil if she can find her.
I'll get back to that. In the
Yeah.
meanwhile, poor Gaffy. Gaffy has gone to through the woods outside of the camp, found a bit of a secluded spot to basically just stand watching the west side of the island from miles upon miles up. So high up, in fact, that it's there are clouds beneath you. It's kind of a mystical sight if it wasn't for the fact that your heart's just been probably crushed a little. Doesn't take very long for you to find you're not alone, though.
Mm-hmm.
Magnificent view. Gaffy.
It's Gakfar. Only my friends call me Gaffy.
Friendship can be a fickle thing, no?
What you mean?
You look upset.
Might be.
You know, I've been dealing with the business of emotions for the better half of my life. There's no need to lie in this environment.
Well, there's no need to talk about it either.
No, but there's something we should talk about.
Yes? What?
We should talk about Firil.
Okay. Why?
Because there's precedence.
What you mean? I'm confused. Why do you want to talk about Firil?
Because she's important, no?
To me, yes, but
Well, there you have it. When I saved you, it wasn't just happenstance.
okay.
We knew you were in danger. And what I said in the tent about creating ripples wasn't a lie either. There are forces in this world that neither me or you can control. But we can do our best to manipulate the ripples in time, I guess, if you want to refer to them as such. My point is that I saved your life so you could fulfill a purpose.
Do pray tell, what is this purpose of yours?
To keep Firil alive.
Well, of course. I mean,
Yeah, of course, but to what extent?
yeah, I'm kind of curious what you mean.
If the time ever comes where you have to choose, you cannot choose anything other than Firil.
What are you applying exactly? Are you applying that if I had to choose between Firil and someone else or something else? What do you mean?
Exactly.
I do believe if you want to, this is where Thann might be able to find them. If you want to.
He stays back a little.
Ooh, roll stealth.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just going to roll for someone else.
Is it a dwarf? The dwarf.
Yeah, well,
20?
he doesn't like you either, so, you know.
20.
20? It's pretty good.
Yep.
That's very good. Yeah. Is it enough, though? That's the question. I guess we'll find out. As far as you can tell, no one's noticed you.
Well, either what, no matter what you say, I am going to do whatever I can to keep Firil alive. So it's just you coming here saying that just makes me curious as what your agenda is. What do you want for Firil?
I want to keep her alive.
Why is she important to you?
She's important to you, and that's all that should matter to you.
No, I want to know what you want with her.
I don't want anything with her. I want her alive.
And that's why I'm questioning, why do you want her alive?
Because if I wanted her dead, she would be dead.
Why do you care?
It's business.
And what's the business? God damn it.
The business is to keep her alive. What is it not to understand?
Oh, your motives.
My motives?
Yes, your motives. What's your business with Firil?
Well, let's just say that associates have an invested interest.
You're never gonna give a straight answer, are you?
I don't have to. Life is about reciprocity. So far, you have given me no inclination or show off even loyalty, friendship, or even, business that would dictate that I owe you anything.
I don't say you owe me, but I do want to know because Firil is important to me. And if you do have any shady motives concerning Firil, I promise you, I will stop it.
Well, there's nothing to stop, so Use all your energy to look into things that doesn't exist. Matters not to me.
In any case, I came here to be alone.
You came to the cliff to be alone.
Yes. So the hint is for you to bugger off.
Fair enough.
Wow, it's a sass relay.
He's a teenager, quite a teenager now.
He's learning from the best.
From the stats machine over here.
That he is.
Just keep this in mind, Gakvar. Everyone needs friends, and right now you're in short supply. And he just keeps the same pace as he leaves you alone.
I have friends. Like real friends? Do you have those? I don't think so.
when you turn around to watch him leave, you see Puck for the first time. He's been, again, standing in his shadow and he just looks at you like with a blank stare.
What are you looking at? Are you his friend? Or a business? Do you have friends? I don't think so.
Thann basically waits for those two to leave.
So cute.
Oh my god.
So, Puck has his little rare moment. He's looking at you, just kind of like plods over, not aggressively or anything, and then puts a big hand out and just kind of goes pat pat, and then turns around and then goes off after Sherlock. It was a very odd gesture.
Yeah, well, Gagfar is picking up a stone, like turns around and throw it off the cliff.
Roll to hit.
The cliff?
No,
Sky?
just roll to hit.
Oh, it's to see how far you you throw it.
What do I add to it?
Oh, nice.
Oh,
What'd you get?
on die? 14?
14. And you need to get a double?
Yeah.
You did. What was the reckoner?
6.
6.
Or
Wow.
7. Awesome. Cool.
Do I kill someone?
It's the
Is
griffin in the ass.
Is the camp like below here? And it's just like somewhere in the distance someone's like, ow!
No, if you hit a behemoth, a red Templar behemoth thing, and now they know where we are.
Don't give them ideas.
You're actually not too far off.
Oh, fuck.
When you throw the rock off the cliff, you just, you hear it going echoing quite a bit. And then you hear a fleshy sound. And someone, like a scream echoing across the mountainside.
No.
And then you see a couple of torches light up just way down the bottom of the route, which basically double backs and comes up. And then you see around, there must be over 100 torches suddenly light up.
Yeah, well, he's going to just like drop down in a crutch and like, oh shit!
Suddenly Puck's at your side again. He's looking down and into you.
No, he's staying hidden.
Yeah. Puck's at your side, looks down and goes, oh shit. He kind of looks at you in absolute bewilderment. Whoa. He turns around and starts wandering back.
I'm going to.
Well, that was that
I'm gonna turn.
squandered opportunity.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Still got a bit of time if you want to.
I was gonna basically stay here and drink the night away.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Gaffy's first meeting
Okay.
with alcohol.
Would you like to retcon that just
Yes,
for a moment?
but
Tell you what. Why don't we say, because it's our game and we can do whatever the fuck we like. That.
I was kind of just waiting for them to leave so that I could actually sit down and talk with Gaffy. But if there's gonna be like an attack, that's not gonna happen.
We're gonna wreck on this because this is important to me. So, the events of the rock throwing will not be felt for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the meantime, you see Gaffy throw the rock.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. And now, me as a player, I'm gonna just like, shit. How much time do we have before we're gonna be assaulted now?
Why don't
Doesn't
you
matter.
let me worry about that?
Basically, once everyone's left, Thann kind of goes out. Is Gaffy kind of just like sitting on the edge or something? Or
He's kicking some grass tufts and like shit.
Don't make me make you roll for it.
You don't wanna know.
For anyone who doesn't know, by the way, Gaffy is so OP that I've decided as a GM to really play on that. So every time he does the most menial of things, if he gets like too high on the roll, stuff dies. So go on. Gaffy waits for a bus. Oh, let's not do that. Anyway.
hey,
He jumps, or not jumps, like he's startled and he's like shit, and he almost loses his footing on the edge, like
careful there, buddy.
Yes.
So
Didn't see you there.
yeah, mind a bit occupied, isn't it?
Well, you might say that. I don't know how much you heard in the temple.
No, but Valeth's observant.
Yeah, I know. I guess she knows stuff I didn't knew before.
So, what happened? Were you away? Were you? You said something about the fade.
Yeah, I've been asleep in the fade for what seems like, 5 years? Which was actually just like a few days in real life. But yeah.
But you experienced things there.
Yes and no. There was like, when you have a dream, it's like, and there's so many things happening. I mean, like, and it feels it's like a never-ending dream. And when you wake up, you wake up completely exhausted because you don't feel like you have slept at all. It's something like that. I can't really remember details. And all that I really know is that I know stuff now that I didn't before. And my body can do things. This just sounds weird. Yeah. My magic has evolved.
So you basically kind of grew up overnight.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes.
And in the dream, it really did feel like 5 years.
So you feel like you've experienced 5 years of living.
Yes.
But in a dream state.
In a dream state, yes. So I was pretty infuriated when she called me a kid. I mean, I know...
She called you a kid?
I know I'm a kid to her. She's known me for, what, a year?
She's watched you grow up.
For a year. And she only knows me as this 12-year-old running around playing hide and seek with her. I don't really think she will look at me in any other way either.
Maybe not. Maybe she will.
I don't think so. Not the Firil I know. And I really wasn't expecting her to have the same feelings as I do, but I wish that she at least could acknowledge my feelings and take them serious, not brush them off like it
like
hurts.
A kid.
Yeah, it hurts, I'm not a kid anymore, even though maybe sometimes I am. I don't know.
You're not a child.
No. I'm still young. I know that much.
I'm still young too. So, you know, you're like, what now, 18?
Yeah.
So that makes it, yeah, you're 2 years younger than me. That's not that much.
Yeah, but you look older.
That's just because I'm bigger.
Yes,
Let's face it.
it helps. It helps.
Look. And he pours a drink.
How'd you know?
What?
I guess you wouldn't. Today's my birthday. I should have turned 13 today, but guess I'm 18.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Any drinks?
How long were you waiting to say that? Just these
Forever.
two literally. I wish I took a photo because both of them were like,
It'll be him.
Yay! Oh my god. Well, Anita just disappeared off the camera. She was like, bah! for Sunniva, the pain was real. It was just...
Oh. I did this and...
You did this.
No, he did it to himself.
Oh,
better.
Fixed him blaming.
Jerry. God.
Look, with regards to Firil, maybe she'll change her mind, maybe she won't. But for now, just put it a little out of your mind. Try to just focus on other things, and
Yes.
maybe it'll pass, maybe it won't.
I get what you're meaning, and I agree. I wasn't planning on really exposing my feelings for her or anything. It just, while I was talking to her and she was all sass machine on me, I just thought that, hi, we can die tomorrow. Let's just tell her. I do feel kind of stupid now for doing it, but now it's
Don't
out
feel
there.
stupid.
Oh, I do feel stupid.
Gaffy, what you did was really brave.
I still feel stupid though.
You're allowed to feel stupid, but a lot of people would never have dared to expose themselves like that. It takes a lot of courage to actually bare your soul that way.
Yeah. And that's
Okay.
why it really hurt when she just still with her sass. And she infuriates me so much, you have no idea. But I guess that maybe some part of her that I do love. Either way, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. She's a
Yeah.
bit of a lovable asshole, isn't she?
Yeah, you can say that.
So, you guys get drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Probably at some point in the night you hear someone with a familiar voice shouting out across the entire...
Stop talking about my asshole, you idiots!
Wow, I was
I
gonna...
said it was a lovable asshole. So.
Yeah. I
Were
just
you listening
had...
in?
I kind of was going with the whole idea that as a bit of therapy, that Gaffy would go to the cliff edge and shout out at the top of his voice, "Firil, how you confound me!"
I mean, I'm glad you didn't do that.
Yeah.
You would not be
Yeah.
embarrassed at all. No. I'm
Sasquatch.
thinking about the rock incident.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's better to be a rock than someone actually like, "Hey guys, that is down there. We're up here. And I'm saying the name of Firil. You're absolutely not looking for her." You know?
You know when guys are heartbroken and drunk, they do stuff.
Wait, what?
To themselves?
Legend has it that's how the first gays were born.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. Jesus. There we go. Let's get that one out of the podcast.
Yay, Gaffy fan.
That was a
Bromance.
nice one.
Huh?
I liked it. That was nice.
That was a heartful moment. I'm feeling ever so tender right now.
No, us boys need to stick together.
Okay.
You know?
Before we go to the rock, should Firil and Valeth talk since
I was
going
to suggest just that, yeah. I'm just scared to because every time I let you talk as Firil, someone gets hurt. You're the sad
People are
squash.
being idiots.
Like I said, lovable asshole.
It's not my fault. Everyone's being idiots.
She's kind of stinky, kind of shallow sometimes, but we still love it.
She has a purpose.
And I mean, sometimes she even smells like an asshole, so...
Yeah, that's true.
There were so many ships going on today. There is a flotilla being forged today.
Right, so...
Oh, you two. Don't have Firil, have me. No? Okay. I'm sorry, I do ship you two. Yeah. Screw you, Firil, you had your chance.
I don't want the chance.
Oh. Alright. Well, now I feel dumb. Okay, go.
Return to the sisterhood of the traveling sass.
It's
Gaffy
the
and
best.
Gaffy and
If
Thann.
Shylock
Drinking
knows
and
someone
making
that
Gaffy
would
feel
be
like a man.
utterly, gruesomely jealous anyway, so it's probably for the best.
Probably for the beast.
Relax. It's
Don't
not
do
contagious.
Meanwhile, in the room of sass,
Just got a little song here. Gaffy and Thann, making Gaffy feel like he's a man.
it's not where I expected it to go.
Okay, back
Wow.
to Firil and Valeth.
I think I died a little, just a little bit. Please do
That's
more
why I'm here.
of you. Please do
To
more.
kill you.
I guess Firil's
Where
just
are
sitting
you?
on the bedside
In our tent.
in her tent the same way as she was sitting when Gaffy left her.
Oh god, she hasn't moved.
No, she's just like, oh my god.
He's such an idiot.
Valeth is outside and she'll be like, well, I would knock, but it's a tent.
Yeah, come on.
Mhm.
It's fine.
So she'll just sit down on her, like, bed roll or whatever opposite you and kind of, like, look at you and, like, rough night?
I just say the same to you, and I kind of eye your hair.
Yeah.
Looks nice though. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna stop there.
It is what it is. I figured my hair was too easily recognizable by those who are looking for us, and if we're going to pose as slaves, this was a smarter way to do it. It also feels kind of nice. It feels like I've left some things behind.
I did the same when I left
Powers.
Orlais. For the same reasons, actually.
So, I take it things with Gaffy didn't go as well as one could hope.
I mean, he confessed his love. He said he loved me.
Well,
The guy is like 12 years old. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
well, I mean, he looks older. It might be that he might be mentally older, but I understand. He was 12, 13 years yesterday to me too. It's hard to see him as anything else but Gaffy, but I would rather you be honest and be blunt and tell him that you don't feel the same way than to lead him on and give him false hope.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like, I can deceive anyone, but I would never deceive any of the people I actually love and
No, I
care
know.
for.
I know. I recognize that. I know you're not trying to be cruel.
No.
It was just the best thing you could do at that moment.
Well, I'm not sure, really.
Well, maybe the way you delivered it might not have been perfect.
you weren't there, you don't know that.
No, but I know you.
That's true.
That's true.
I mean, sometimes you're a bit blunt, a bit harsh, and, I think you're probably his first love, or, crush, or whatever we're calling it. So, it might have been an extra hard blow for him to take. But you did the right thing, regardless of how it was done.
I hope so.
But just make amends. Don't go into, like, the pit being weird,
No, I don't think I would be weird. I don't think. I don't think it would. It's all about up to him, really. Like, I'm gonna act as if I've always done. I'm not gonna overdo anything. He's still just as important to me as ever. It's just that he's. I know this sounds weird, but he's more of like a son, you know?
Yeah, I know the feeling. If anything, I feel like the mom.
Yes, and I'm like the aunt. Yes.
Yeah.
That's how it feels.
And I never wanted to be or asked to be, but we promised Ness, and honestly, I wouldn't take that promise back because I love him.
Yes, yeah, likewise.
And he can take care of himself. He's a big boy. Literally now.
Yeah, well, time will have to tell. Like, we need to get to know this new Gaffy.
Yeah. I agree.
It's just been a lot today. Like,
It's been a lot lately.
And I just hate that we're now in debt to that Shylock dude. It's not a good position to be in, but if we can, save the world and save all of Theodas and everywhere else from this red lyrium poisoning and contribute doing something good, then I guess it's worth it in the end.
It's a deal with the devil, but usually the devil comes through on his promises.
Oh yeah.
Regardless of the cost being whatever it is.
I've never heard of him being... What I know about Shylock is that he always delivers, but it always comes with a cost.
Yes.
Or a consequence.
Yes.
And you don't back out of a deal with them either. You have to...
No, this isn't the alley rats we're dealing with. This is a whole different ball game, and we'll have to be prepared for things to get ugly. This might be the end of us for all we know, but we're just going to have to deal with whatever comes our way.
Yeah.
We promised. We're going to do that.
Do you want to, I don't know, do you have any suggestions on how I should fix things with Gaffy, or just let time pass and...
Well, I think Thann went to talk to him, and things might just solve themselves.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, just let him know that you're sorry if, you were harsh, but you meant what you said.
I'm not sorry.
But you love him still. No, but, then apologize for coming off as harsh, even if you're not sorry, because you probably hurt his feelings.
He hurt mine too.
Yes, and I'm not saying he didn't. He might need to apologize for laying that burden on you too.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you both need to apologize and talk it over.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe someday, I guess. Yeah.
When the job is done.
When the job is done.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of are the mother though, if you think about it. I mean, you sound like the mother figure right now. Yeah, right. Just saying, called it.
Valeth's the mom friend.
Oh,
Mage mom.
Mom friend.
Yes, mom friend. Very much mom friend. Dude, I coined that one in the first season.
She's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want to get some sleep? Get drunk off our asses?
Sleep is good.
Mm.
I don't trust Shylock enough to get drunk around wherever he is. Firil didn't touch the food, by the way.
Mm. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Before we go to sleep, just one point. I think maybe we should maybe gather some of the men who are restless in camp, who don't belong to the Irregulars and the Talbishoth, and, potentially recruit them to the cause.
As long as this place has its own defenses, that we don't leave it defenseless.
Well, at least
yes.
Then we can give them purpose and tell them that they need to guard this place because things are happening.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe the black Irregulars can, give them some basic combat training or something.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll figure something out.
This is how you loot and pillage. Step 1. Loot. Step 2.
Yeah,
Pillage.
so I guess Valeth and Firil are being sensible today and they're going to bed.
Yeah.
Good thing someone are.
Meanwhile, on the cliff.
Let's throw more rocks. Let's see who can throw it the furthest.
And then go like, oh shit.
Look, I
We're
turned
being
on the
so
light
bad.
with my rock. Let's throw another. Oh, another light.
I just imagine what drunken Thann would be like, going through his like angry phase. Instead of like throwing a little rock, he picks up a boulder. It's like, this is how we do it. It's half a shot
Then
territory.
it kind of goes all Indiana Jones and with the rock, and he just smashes all of the enemies that have,
Wow, that's
that are on
lucky.
the path.
Yeah. Jesus. Actually, unless anyone has any, did you have any last maneuvers you wanted to do? I know you're plotting.
I am always plotting.
Well, I'm right then.
No, I want to inform Puck that he needs to go and fish out his hat.
Oh, the special hat.
The special hat.
The special hat. Awesome.
It's a special hat.
Intriguing.
Basically, the special hat is whenever he assumes another alias or disguise, Puck puts on a hat. So no one can tell it's Puck. It's just the perfect disguise. Because then he looks just like any other dwarf.
Yes. Okay.
I really wish I could cosplay Puck.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puck!
Why can't you?
Your special hat!
Yeah. Why
Is it
can't
like
you?
a coal hat?
No, it's basically
So it's
like a full face
And
helm.
now he's basically just a hat.
Yeah.
I was imagining like a velvet beret, jauntily askew.
That's when he's writing his
It is
poetry.
Yeah.
He's actually got cunning poetry. Like, for example, Puck, ode to Nugs. Nug, ears are flopping. Nug, nose are twitching. Dig, why do you dig, Nug? Are you running to or from? Nug, why are you so fancy?
Well, see, that's his other special hat.
It's like when he's off duty, he's like just writing poetry, like with a beret, obviously. I'm so good. No one will ever know my majesty. Cool. So during the night, you hear a voice screaming out, like just gobbling all manner of trade, just running. Goes straight over to Shylock's tent.
Oh, Valeth is up at once.
And he basically comes to a skidding halt, panting. Everyone hears him, basically. He makes such a ruckus. Do you come out in a smoking jacket? Just see like the freaking sleepwear.
Leisure suit.
Yeah.
Leisure suit with a pipe. He's like,
Yes.
you interrupted my leisure.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Yep.
I have PJs and a pipe.
Remove
Really,
the face
really
paint.
droopy eyes. Just, it's fucking in the middle of the night, man. What?
Puck, by the way, is wearing just tighty whities, just underwear. He's just, like when you undress your character in Origins,
Yes.
that's what he's wearing. It's that kind of
Oh
like
my god. No.
wrap around.
Like off-white.
Oh god.
And he is disturbingly well endowed.
That's information within
It's not like in a good way. It's like it's in like
It's
a bad
important
way.
for fun.
Like, did he poop himself and it slid forward?
You actually hope so. I want you all to take that image to your grave. Okay. Screen cap.
No, that's
Okay.
what Firil's doing.
Puck doesn't seem to notice, by the way. Although his body is just covered in tattoos and scars, all the way head down to the bottom.
Firil
like-
just gives him like a quick glance and like, what's going on?
Yeah, the scout's a black Blackstone Irregular. Looks like a scout by his lighter leather armor. He's got cuts and bruises and he's covered in mud. He's like, "Oh, patrol! They got hit by bandits. There's like there must be at least 150, 200 on foot. No horsemen, but they're coming up the mountain. I don't know whether they heard some shouting or something. I mean, I would have come sooner, but they ambushed me. I only got out because I don't know what happened, but someone must have been an expert slinger up here or something because a rock took out the guy who nearly killed me. Took him straight in the face. I mean, it's Providence. Make us preserve me. It was only me that got out. We have probably about, I don't know, they're taking it easy now. They know that I got out, so they know that we're going to be prepared. So they're taking it slower. but we need to be ready for them. They're coming up.
Are they organized? Are they in a file? Are they spread out?
They're in the forest. There's no file in order. They're coming up a forest path.
Mm-hmm.
Can we throw explosives at them?
We don't have explosives yet.
Oh.
You hear a voice from behind you. No! Yes! Wait, no. No, that's not ready.
Take the caskets of oil and then you start a double burning fire. Just make sure they can't come in here. We're going to use that as a distraction. As they pause, have your talbot shot flank to the west of the forest and start shooting at them. Place the irregulars on the east side of them. As they're being pushed back and start to go down the path again, make sure that you have big enough stones to start puddling them. We got mages, use frost or fire, whatever you can. Once they're below us, use the rest of the oil to throw it at them and we'll just put them on fire, everyone. Torch them.
The entire forest?
Burn it down.
It's the only remaining forest on the island.
We can't do that. I mean, we cannot burn down the forest.
You have a better idea?
Can't we start an avalanche? I mean, rock slide?
How do you get them down the path again?
I think an avalanche would do that.
Can you do that?
Shakroka, and...
I'm guessing we've joined...
Yes, but also Shakroka comes over, still fastening his breastplate on, looking very... almost childishly excited. I love it when the meal comes to me. And the other guy is this rather pompous greyed head. He's getting a bit of grey on the sides. Comes stomping over. This is obviously the guy who's in charge of the Blackstone Irregulars.
Hugh, do you agree with his orders?
Who are you talking to?
The leader for both of the leaders for the Talbot Shot and the Blackstone Irregulars.
Valo, the Shakroka from the Valo casts basically shrugs. Sure, as long as I get in the fighting, I don't mind.
And you?
The other fella who is looking like he's just woken up. No. I mean, it's a good plan and all, but let's be honest here. We're going to be handling a lot of random factors. We need a leader to take over the flow of the battle. Shakroka.
You're a field commander.
I am. You're quite right, which is, I believe, why I should take the command. I have enough experience in all of this. You hear the Kunari laughing.
Look, first of all, if we set fire to the forest, that will spread and it will not be within our control.
Also, it will be a big sign to let the Red Templars know exactly where we are.
So we move.
Precisely.
We can't move. This is the only place where the refugees are safe.
First thing we need to decide is who's going to lead, and that's obviously going to be me.
Yes.
You ever heard the name Tyrion Hawkwind?
No.
No, I haven't, but...
Yeah. Sorry, Tauron Hawkwind, because David Gator likes his
What do we
names.
roll?
Oh, military law or thereabouts.
I don't have that.
14.
Yeah, you've heard of him. Killed his father with the help of the hero of Ferelden. Took over the Blackstone Irregulars. It became a lot more illicit and very profitable overnight. But his name has become a byword for...
what was his name, did you say?
Tauron Hawkwind. And yes, he is in Dragon Age Origins. He's also an asshole. I love him.
Very efficient, though.
I have heard of him.
I don't care.
Well, no, this is the tricky bit. You don't know. Shakroka actually just starts. He keeps laughing. He's like, he couldn't command his way out of the toilet. Believe me, I've seen it.
And you could.
I am going to cut your horns off and shove them so far. Easy, boss.
Do you have any insight on this?
Do I know of his expertise in the field?
Oh, he's pretty good. He's just he tends to. He's very good at communicating his orders, but in terms of military theory, there have been some notable losses where his plans aren't imaginative enough. Shakroka, on the other hand, he's got the opposite problem. He's very imaginative when it comes to like tactics. It's just being Talvashoff, they haven't got the orderliness of the Kuhn.
Tell you
Do
what.
I know this?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Then
Look.
One at a time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Look, I know you. Alright? I've heard about you, and I've heard enough to know that you have your strengths, but you also have your weaknesses. And I also know that this fellow over here might just complement those weaknesses, just the way you might complement his. So, how about you do this together?
You look at each other.
Yeah, no, I'm not joking.
How about this? I'm in charge. You can suggest to me your strategies, and I will tell you which way we'll go.
Roll persuasion.
Can I help?
Yeah.
What do I roll?
How would you help?
I will just stand beside her and make her look taller. 7, make her look like more like, yeah.
I'll help as well.
So that would be... Which skill would that be, indeed?
Can I interject?
Sure.
I just tell the big guy,
Yeah, Shakroka.
Shakroka, lay out the battle plan. Hawkwind, you're gonna be the field commander. Whatever the tactics is laid out, your mission is to make sure that people do what they're supposed to do. Now, write it down. No more bullshit. Get it done. Get your forces in order and get us fucking ready.
Also,
do what
I
you're
would
being
like
paid
to say
do.
that my role should count for something
It
before
does.
you start
It actually
determining
happens.
things.
It does actually say the same.
Yeah.
But go on.
17.
17.
And I help her with a roll of 15 in communication.
Cool.
I didn't know what to roll. So
Roll presence, I think it is. What is it now? It's going to be...
It's not presence.
No, it wouldn't be. It's going to be intimidation, maybe? That's a strength roll, though.
Performance?
Communication, I would say.
Communication, maybe.
Performance might actually be a good point.
Persuasion.
Whatever your highest is, persuasion or performance.
Persuasion. Oh yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is 14 plus.
That's 19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
21. That's a high roll versus... Well, you get to roll as well. It's going to be plus chosen stat would probably be communications. Persuasion would probably be your forte.
Yeah.
And I do believe you get a reroll as well because of your talents.
I do. So that's 10 plus... That's 17.
Plus 2.
19. Yeah, and I just use my master contact talent.
Right. There's this really awkward moment where they're kind of looking at each other, looking at this mage who seems to have the support of everyone but their boss, looking at the boss who's just giving them all the orders. And it's like, whoa.
Okay, can I come with another suggestion?
You may have to.
Because his plan is solid.
Mm-hmm. Beyond setting the woods on fire, yes.
Yeah, no, with Hawkwind taking the field and Shiroka taking the lead on actually laying out the plan.
Tactics.
The tactics of it. That is a good idea.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But I'm sorry. I don't think that anyone of us would feel comfortable with you in charge.
I'm not in charge. He's in charge.
Who are you pointing at?
It's a field commander.
Okay, but there's a moment there where Puck is like, yeah? Oh. He's pointing, no, not you, him. Oh. Cool.
Exactly how stupid do you guys think I am? There's a reason why we have experienced people for battle. This is not my forte, and I will happily step down and let an experienced field commander lead the forces.
I didn't think you wanted to lead. I'm just saying that your plan was flawed and should be altered. But none of them seemed to want to lead, so I offered.
Yeah, that's great and everything. Can we get on with the killing?
Yes, move.
Alright, let's get a size up of the forces. Hawkwind, get your troops in line. Hawkwind looks at him with these eyes that are just pure and utter hatred. He doesn't say anything. He just nods and then walks off. I have wanted to do that so long
So things are in hand?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, basically, just practically do half of what he said. You know, like you said, overall, we want to be able to wipe them out without actually alerting anyone else. No runners, no survivors, no prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
We agreed on that?
Yeah.
No prisoners.
Why no prisoners?
Well, what do you want? Statistics? Or do you want
I want to know why 150 to 200 alleged bandits suddenly have joined forces and are coming for this place.
It is a conspicuously large number.
Yeah.
So, capture a leader, someone who looks as if they are in command.
Well, anyone you can capture alive, really.
Yeah.
For information.
Yeah. And papers. If they have
notes.
Yeah.
Orders, something. Like, put together a team of some guys who can capture someone.
What do I know of these bandits?
Nothing.
I'm joining you in the field.
You're not coming anywhere near me. You're bad luck.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
What about me then?
Oh, you're even worse.
Well, if I'm not leading, then we can all go out and try to capture someone while we let the professional killers deal with the killing.
Sure.
I got one question for you. Just one.
Mm-hmm.
It was real close. What's your weapon of choice?
Bastard swords.
1.
2.
Boys aren't gonna like it.
You're not getting paid to like things.
They're a handful. Fine. You stay near me. I don't want anyone else stabbing you in the back because they've got bad feelings. Alright? Those are my terms.
If anyone stabs me in the back because they have bad feelings, then your pay should be deducted quite severely. Because you're not doing your fucking job.
Burn.
Mic drop. Says the drunk buddies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Gakfor actually says that. Burn.
Well, they bonded.
Are they drunk? I whispered to Valeth.
She just nods quietly.
Fine. No one's gonna be stabbing you in the back. I'll make sure of it.
Good.
Yeah, because then I'll be stabbing them in the back.
Who else is gonna be in the field?
I am.
Well, I best have Tiny and Shady over here. You, I got a special job for you.
Okay.
You're gonna keep an eye on Hawkwind.
Why?
Why? Because he's not gonna listen to my orders.
Okay. I can do that.
You okay with this?
Just get it done.
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to let him know that I'm keeping an eye on him, or is that...
No.
I walk out of the tent.
Yeah.
Hawkwind!
What?
You're getting an accomplice. To make sure that you don't go around and do shit you're not supposed to do. Deal with it. And he says, Firil, you can follow him. I grab Puck and I start doing my own backup planning.
Ah, of course.
I'll just rally the mages.
Yeah. I love this, by the way. Whenever he does his backup planning with Puck, it's basically like, then we're going to do this. And then when Puck's like, oh, yeah.
He's like a dog who's had like a treat going like.
Puck's story is tragic as fuck. He is.
We don't want to know, Rick.
So bad. But the thing is, that's the thing. Every time someone asks him, so what's his story? He's about like, and then something else happens, and he never gets to say it. It's one of those little tragedies.
Just like now, we don't have time for it. Do something else.
Make some episode of it.
Anyways, we're gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
And in the next game, we're gonna try out the mass battle system.
Wow.
Nice.
What?
I like that one.
Yeah, because I have it ready. So yeah. And the next one is going to be the Battle of the Wolf's Foot.
Cool.
Very cool. You're gonna love it.
I'm gonna do something outlandish and just throw some trolls into the battle.
Just because you can.
By the way, Blood Mage.
So I like.
Yeah, why not?
Oh dear me. Thank you for hanging around, guys. Thanks for being patient with the tech issues, and not to mention the different placing of everyone. Want to thank Ola for and welcome him to the group for the final season.
Thank you.
We're going to be sticking with the group on Brandols End for a wee bit, see how that goes, and then eventually we'll return to find out how the others are doing, saving the Trevelyan's. This is the last season. This is where everything gets wrapped up. In theory.
I have to see about that.
I've already received
with a pretty ribbon.
I've already received several death threats.
Make it
so,
nice.
Yeah. We're going to be doing the D&D for the Cirque du Soleil in Unicon, as you may have heard.
On the 23rd of March.
I can neither confirm nor deny other cons during this year. Wait for that.
There are more. We can say
there are more.
Yes.
We're very excited. We've actually been invited back, which means we didn't offend too many people, did we?
Yay! Score!
Oh my lord.
I think you need to sip it from there.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're going to spill because you are rocking the last two.
Yes.
You just get so excited.
Yeah.
I can't help myself.
No, you can't.
I can't. So basically, no one should tell the GM of
Anything.
of
Anything.
The con invites.
Do you know?
No.
Do you know what the thing is? I have to keep so many secrets from you guys with regards to the plot,
I know.
and then I get more secrets.
So we should just not tell you.
Okay,
That way you don't need to keep those secrets.
We wake up one morning, it's Rick. We gotta go to a con.
We'll be doing you a kindness. You can be the guy that just go, oh yeah.
And he does it so well.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. You're allowed to say when our next game is, though.
Next week,
Yeah.
Friday,
Yes.
we are going to have the Battle of the Wolf's Foot, and it's going to be glorious. And I get the feeling it's not going to go perfectly well. It's going to be a good taste of the battle system, and it's also going to show you guys what you need to acquire before you can take on the Crimson Foot, which is going to be wicked. Prepare to start a revolution, people. It starts here. Yeah. I wish I had some other announcements, but really, 2019 has really sucker punched most of us. It's probably been pretty crappy for you guys as well. Yeah, I won't lie, it's been pretty crappy, but we're getting back on our feet, and we're basically looking forward to a pretty good year. I think.
Yep.
Got some new merch coming as well.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. We're expecting.
Still only in February.
Yeah.
We got what is it? 10 more months to fuck it up. So
We're real goal getters here.
On that wonderful bombshell,
Fuck some shit up.
would everyone care to say goodnight?
Yes.
Yes.
Good night. Goodbye and stay faithful.
Stay faithful.
Stay faithful.
Stay sassy.
Or Firil will come for you.
She will cut a bitch.
How do you
Or
stop
dude.
this? Oh, there we go. Bye bye.